Yo, once again, we back. This is with Just a Messengers podcast. I'm Mo.
I'm Mike.
You know, as always, Do Work Media Sundays with Just a Messengers Sundays. We can't do this without my dog Drew Money on them boards.
How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling wonderful, man.
I feel great as well, man.
It's
great
beautiful,
week.
beautiful day outside.
We at the start of another great week.
Yes, sir.
We in here, man. What is
247.
47, man. Yeah,
246 last week, 247, man.
It actually was a great week, man.
It was a good week.
It was a great week.
Real good.
Great week.
Real good, man. No complaints, man. It's all good.
Had a little rain. What was that? Friday, Saturday. But yeah, we back in a little
like it really was
high
a little
60s,
rain.
low 70s.
Yeah, it was a little rain. Like it Friday night was cutting up though with that thunder, but we back though.
Oh yeah, you know that's that time of the year. We come. We about to cross over into May.
Yesterday was thundering pretty bad. Yesterday too.
Yeah, for a little while. Yeah.
Shit, but in the West, that shit was fucking rumbling. Nigga.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah.
shit was going crazy. I was like, yeah, what kind of day this is here? You know what I'm saying? We got some options, right? Yeah. A lot of good basketball, was happening yesterday. Had a
good
fight
basketball
happening yesterday.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my Black Americans, man.
Yeah, man. In the city, niggas went to the Black Food Trust Festival.
Shout out to that too. That looked jumping too.
Yeah, so it's a lot. It was a busy Saturday. Cajun Festival was yesterday also.
Blue Crab Festival. The first annual Blue Crab Festival.
Yes, sir.
Some shit cracking around here, man.
Yeah, it's a busy Saturday for all that rain and thunderstorm. And
shit ain't
like
stop
that.
nothing though. That's what I like to see though. Shit ain't stop nothing.
We had a lot going on this week.
Nah, for real.
End of April, ending on a high note.
Did you go to that kickoff for Black Friday, the Black Food Truck event? What is it? You know what I'm talking about? The booze and the food?
Yeah, no, I didn't go.
Okay. That looked like it was jumping too, man. Shout out to all of them, man, who had the hand in that, man. That looked like it was jumping. I had to work, so I couldn't catch it. So
yeah, man. That shit was it was a lot just happening in the city. You know what I'm saying?
Active week. It was a real active week.
It really was.
Yeah.
I'm just a nigga that's burnt out, so
Yeah.
so my black ass been in the house.
Man, I was out. Like I was out for the most part yesterday, and I hate subscribing to social media shit sometimes because I feel like some of this shit come from social media and only social media. But like, so I went to Swank yesterday in the morning, grabbed some couple little snacks and shit. Then I was just out running little errands and shit, and I really realized, bro, like I might really have like that social battery shit that they be talking about. Like,
what you mean social battery?
Like just being out or just being around a bunch of people, like that shit is kind of draining, bro. Like,
for real?
I never used to subscribe to that shit, but like I just remember being like, bro, like,
you think I got that shit?
I don't know. Well, you don't really be out like that to begin with, like that. So like, yeah, but I really realized that shit, like, bro, like this shit is kind of like taking a lot out of me right now. Like,
no, I think we all suffer from that in
yeah,
this room.
to a certain extent.
Honestly, I think we all. I've seen it in everybody. I've seen it in myself
Right,
for sure.
right.
I've seen it like when we was at day parties a few years ago.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
Mike came to Republic that one time.
Oh yeah.
But Mike in Republic was like shaking up the fucking building.
Hey,
but
man.
you know, had the pilgrims going crazy.
Hey man.
But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I just be chilling, man. Them boys be. Oh shit! I forgot.
I
about
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I remember that day. I just was in the cut chilling.
He was choosing.
Yeah, she was choosing. She was choosing.
Papa would have been upset.
At the time, yeah.
Papa.
What was that? That was what, 2018?
Yeah, 2018, 2019.
19?
Yeah,
What
like
are those?
20, that
Yeah,
was like
18, 19.
That was when March Madness was in full effect.
That was, yup.
Yeah, for
Oh
sure.
my God. But yeah, man, I see it in everybody, but I definitely know I suffer from the shit because I be ready to bounce.
I be ready to bounce like quick. Like,
So I went
man,
to-
I was in the mall. I was like, man, I had to go find a
We
hat.
won't be in the mall that long.
Man, I've been in the mall for like an hour, and I didn't intend to be in the mall that long. When I tell you, like I was almost getting like anxiety. Like, damn, I got to get the fuck up out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit really bothering me, bro. I got to go home.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather be home. Like, just quietness and shit.
Nah,
like,
because I went to K Camp, and I didn't know who that was, honestly.
Drew, how you don't know who K Camp is, bro?
Man, I remember some of the songs, but this nigga didn't perform none of that shit. Yeah. But when I was in there,
he was on some new shit.
Yeah, this nigga's on some like TikTok shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not K Camp, bro.
Yeah, man. And so I'm like, when I'm seeing like the fits in here, I'm seeing the people in here. Everything screamed that era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the Toucan era. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Toucan Titanic era. So everything screamed that, even the niggas inside this shit. So I'm already on some like, cause those times were wild for me, bro. I done saw like 3 of the niggas. I done bandwidth in that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, then I see a nigga out here who living wild, bro, like with a group of shorties that he should not be around as a married man, respectfully, bro. And then I was like, yeah, that's the breaking piece for me, bro. That was the breaking piece because I don't want them boys to be like, oh, I was with that nigga Dash, saw Dash, or Dash was there.
You got to disassociate from that.
I got to get the fuck on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't give a fuck with the ticket price, man. I don't care about none of that shit. And that was I felt like I just had a rush over me, bro. Like, oh, I gotta get the fuck on.
Yeah, get up out of here.
Yeah,
that fight or flight mode, bro.
Have to get the fuck out of here because I can't be a part of this shit.
Right.
I can't even watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's not my place, and I don't want to speculate. That's why I got the fuck on. Yeah. So I just saw what was what, and I saw who it was, and I said, you know what?
Room again hot.
Shit started spinning, nigga. Room is spinning. Time to go.
Yeah, it's time to go, bro. Especially like how you say it, like if you see certain people, you're like, oh yeah, I gotta get the hell on.
I don't even want to.
Yeah, I don't even want to be around because I already know
this shit look fishy.
This shit look tricky as hell. It's time to go.
So to the rest of the world, I know this shit look crazy. I know I'm not bugging. You know what I'm saying? So let me just get the fuck on. You know what I'm saying? But I think we all do kind of suffer from that. That's a good valid point.
Nah, like that shit really was. I was like, dog, I gotta get home, bro. Yeah, like, I gotta get home.
I'm trying to mix up that long. Even thinking about going out somewhere, I get kind of like,
yeah. I don't know.
Been like that,
I just know. I have I feel like I've been setting like a 2-drink minimum for myself. So after that,
that's kind of how I've been feeling too.
Yeah. So like after that second drink, I know it's time to. You know, if I don't see nothing, shaking or whatever in my favor, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here.
I'm gonna go and then see how it is, but niggas talking about they won't be outside the whole summer, but bro, I don't know about all that, bro. Like
I'm calm.
Then where I was at watching the fight, like it was gunshots going off. I'm like, bro, I gotta go home, bro. Like, gotta get the fuck out of here.
I ever want to watch a fight. Y'all want to watch a fight come through? Right. I get the shit on the fucking shit for free. So, you know what I'm saying? It was a great fight.
Yeah, we all got that. I got that shit too.
Yeah. But I'm sticking to the crib. I'm not doing that shit no more. I'm not going nowhere to watch fights. I'm not going to. If it's not in the daytime, honestly, I don't think I'm pulling up.
Yeah, shit getting too tricky out here, man.
For real.
Like,
and
seriously.
That's just society has came today.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just ask y'all a question. So throughout this week, what did y'all do for yourselves? In 1 thing, 2 things, 3 things?
That's a good question because I actually did something. I started putting together like a routine for in the morning. So since I work during the evening now, so like I have to try to maximize my time in the mornings. So like I did like a little routine that I've been trying to stick to and implement. So I can make sure, like, because you know how you get to work, you be like, damn, what did I do today besides just work? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so just try to maximize your time when you can. So, yeah, that's what I did for myself. I thought that was fine.
For me, honestly, man, just staying consistent in my routine. Like most I'll be working the evenings too, so continuously working out. I usually go after work, so I kind of just try to remain consistent with that. As far as this week, I can't say I really did anything for myself. Maybe a couple of weeks before, but I just be so focused on work, and sometimes I know that could be a bad thing. You get so caught up in work that you don't really take the time to do stuff for yourself. But, I'll probably think about something doing this week. Oh, I got my hair braided. Okay. So It was a few months. It's been a few months since I got my hair braided. So I got my hair braided on Tuesday. You know, so I'm back in effect, man. You know.
And that's something. That's some self care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, self-care.
I want to continue to ask this question because I want this question to be different every week.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because I want.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like I don't want. And I want even for the listeners to ask yourself, what did you do for this week? You know what I mean? Like something different.
Yeah, do something for yourself. Bro.
Gotta take some time out for yourself. And every week it should be something different. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't always have to be work related because it ain't always just about work.
Yeah, we more than our jobs.
Facts.
Yeah.
No, that is true. That is true.
Damn sure.
You just get so caught up in the routine. Like me, I get so caught up in the routine. I can't even lie, dog. That shit just become second nature, bro. I just be so caught up. But that's pretty much it. Like I got my hair braided Tuesday. Went to the barber shop right after that. Got all cleaned up, you know. So yeah, I was feeling myself a little bit, you know.
Okay. I went to Ritual for the first time for a birthday party. Big up LaFay, happy birthday. That was my first time there.
That's like a newer spot or
the old Carolina Ale House.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they got it's a rooftop spot. No, it was a nice.
Yeah. Okay.
It's nice looking over Marion Square right there by Francis Marion. You know, right off of Cannon Street. But that was my first time checking that shit out, and then I was gonna see what the hype was about with Bar in the Ave. So I went to Bar in the Ave, and
I'm laughing because I know exactly what type of spot that is. So like you saying that you went there, what's up, man? What's going on with you?
woo. Good, man. Big up Bar on the Ave.
Yeah. It be popping there, though. It be popping.
It was very calm for me. It was just like how I needed it to be. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of people, but able to do everything you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it was a nice vibe. The shrimp was busting. I will give that.
They got a good location, too.
Yeah, right there off of Sproul Avenue. But, no, I did. But I also, the crazy shit is, I thought the Ritz was Bar on the Ave, so I went to the Ritz first.
Yeah, two different spots, man.
Because I don't be knowing this shit, bro. I just happened to drive past this shit one time, and I was like, is this what the niggas been talking about? Maybe. So I pulled back up, and then I looked at the door, and it said the Ritz, and I'm like, okay, I don't think this is the right place. Yeah,
you had the wrong spot, bro.
But I'm here now, so let me just go ahead and see what's going on and shit. And, yeah, it's going on in there, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, had the crabs going outside and shit like that. Man, we about to extinct these crabs, bro, in Charleston. I'm telling you.
Hey, man.
Jesus Christ. I saw so much crabs in that, like, this, man, it wasn't even a packed night, bro.
We be punishing crabs
that
here, bro.
That's crazy, dog. That shit's crazy. But
it's like that in DC, Baltimore area, too, though. Like, they heavy on crabs up there, too. But they getting taxed up there, though. They would tell, I was around, like, looking at the price. I was like, bro, they getting taxed up here.
But you got to think, like, here, they got that shit for the entries, like on Wednesday, Monday,
yeah,
Tuesday.
It's free crab.
On the slow nights. You know what I'm saying?
They pouring out crab on the table.
On the tables, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of crab.
And you got to think, that's been a thing, like, for years.
Hey, Dr. Thaddeus John Bell, baby.
Bro, you listen to Thaddeus John Bell commercials
and
like
he
that.
Ain't lying.
I'm about to die tomorrow. Like you be like, God damn, like.
Crazy, man.
No, Thaddeus John Bell have you thinking you about to die like in the next 3 hours, bro. Like
he know y'all niggas.
He know you ain't living right out here, like.
Eating these crabs.
Then at the end, he'll wrap it up.
Man.
I'm Dr. Thaddeus John Bell. Y'all have a good day.
These are tips on healthcare.
Give me your tips on healthcare.
But he ain't lying. He see all y'all niggas eating these crabs weekly, dogs.
Yeah, dog.
Crabs and hookah is not the answer. It is not the answer.
Crabs, hookah, and happy hour.
Come on, bro. It's bad out here. But these crabs don't deserve this shit.
Hey, they just had a whole Blue Crab Festival, so it's only up from here. That's the first annual one.
Boats come over there with the big
hey, when them bushels, they had them bushels.
Them nets be big as fuck.
Yeah, bro.
Oh my
Nets be
God.
big as fuck. They be catch. I remember one time, this probably been like 06, 07. I went out one Saturday with my grandfather to go get some crabs. Actually go to the shit.
Oh, you went crabbing.
So when the shit pulled up, let's see. That's a big ass.
Yeah.
Full of crabs.
Yeah.
They be scooping them shit.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
It's a lot that go into getting them shit at that seafood store, bro.
I'm trying to tell you, man. But I'm tell you. So that was something that I was like, let me see and get out for a little while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was solo. I pulled up and I met Aaron and Stefan at Bar and a Half and shit. But for prior to that, just riding around solo and just not always being focused on work. Like I didn't go crazy on Uber this weekend at all. You know
Right.
Because niggas just really is burnt. Like I'm ready because May's gonna be hectic as hell.
May's gonna be a good month.
Yeah.
Hey man, good months going on, man. I was like, just like you say, bro. I'm just thinking back, like, like I'm really cool with a lot of people doing their thing in their lanes, bro. Like I tweeted the other day, I was like, bro, like shit, good. Like I'm in a good, good setting, good atmosphere, bro. Like,
For sure. I mean, and this is the last Sunday of April already.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, them tweets about to come rent due next week, bro. So.
Physics.
I mean, I'm not surprised. The first 4 or 5 months, 6 months actually go by fast as fuck. So.
Damn.
We at the end of April already.
Mm-hmm. Last week of April right here, man.
Hey, man, Cinco de Mayo on a Friday this year, man. How we rocking, man?
Shit, we got Couture Fest, man.
Couture Fest going on. We got Couture Fest. We got, what else going on?
It's a lot of shit happening.
A lot of shit going on to me, man.
But Cinco de Mayo go crazy in Charleston. Like, it definitely is one of my favorite days.
No, it is.
Of the year. Yes,
It is.
sir. Tequila me.
I love Cinco de Mayo, man.
Mike, you gotta come out once Cinco de Mayo, man. You just gotta experience the culture, dog. It's mad things, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Just you don't have to indulge in nothing. Just eat the tacos and just fucking.
Yeah, you just come grab a
like,
plate.
Bro, like for real. It honestly, you'll be like, dog, this Latin culture is crazy. It's crazy.
We got a large Latin culture here.
100%. The old fucking what's that shit? Was Echelon? Is the Latin.
It's a Latino
Boy,
club
Mexican
now.
got that shit now, and boy, that shit go up.
Yeah.
When my dog Brennan come in town, we went there, man. They even had the nigga in the light suit, dancing and shit like that.
They have that going on in there?
I thought that shit go up. I'm telling you.
What? They got a rave suit, man?
I'm telling you.
Wow.
I'm telling you. And just
Yeah.
But we don't have to drill on that. But yeah. But yeah, Mike, you definitely need to pull up, man. I'm not gonna hold you. You even if you just learn the dance moves, I'll show you a few of them shit, bro. All you need to know, like two moves, you can do that shit all night long, bro. And them things gonna be, oh, this nigga, he's off culture a little bit. I'm gonna have to work with him.
Man.
Facts. That's how shit be. But crazy Latinos used to be going crazy back in the day in 08. Fucking right there at Toucan now. That used to be on Thursdays when Young Vest didn't have it. It was Crazy Latinas or on a Friday night too. Or sometimes Saturdays. I can't really remember, bro. But that really was where I realized the Latin culture.
I ain't never catching one of the Latin parties back then,
But you
bro.
even gotta think, even the game, like the hip hop game, went to fucking Latin for Nina Skies, Pitbull. All them niggas had that shit for like a little hot minute in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
reggae.
Would you put Fat Joe in there?
Who, Jose? That nigga.
You gotta put Fat Joe in there. I mean,
That nigga was in front court at the Knicks game
hey.
with Cole. That shit was hilarious.
I don't know what he was trying to be. Was he trying to be the nigga then? The biggest nigga in the room? Or was he trying to be the biggest Latin nigga?
All I know is when I seen the niggas wearing, the Dominican Republic forces and all this other shit back then, I mean, he ain't wearing no Black History Month forces, so,
Damn. And Fat Joe got a mean shoe game, bruh.
No, I ain't never seen no MLK forces on the man. That's true.
I never seen him wear no Black History Month forces.
Niggas is crazy.
Like, that's just what it is, I mean. Hey, I'm just pointing out the obvious. I mean,
Yeah.
the clues are there.
We be the trendsetters for a lot of shit until it's, until certain shit come
Until it's
around.
time to assimilate.
Until it's time to...
Until it's time to black up.
Until it's time to unblack. Yeah.
Do the knowledge, nigga.
Hey, man, do the knowledge, man. That's all I'm saying, man.
Oh, you see that nigga, I had tweeted it the other day. I've been talking shit. Who's the nigga for the Knicks, man? The nigga they traded for Portland.
Josh Hart?
You see Josh Hart Knicks design with his braids?
Yeah, the braids. Yeah. He had the NY in his head.
Yeah.
Hey man, niggas swag stealing, man. Nah.
Nah, let me chill. No, real talk. I could get on some Virgil Star, some Styles P type shit, but I ain't gonna do that.
Fragile Star is crazy.
Who's doing the braids with the fade before me?
I don't know, man. On a consistent level, I don't know, brother.
Huh?
I don't know,
Just
man.
saying.
This man said Michael Jordan he went bald because of Onyx. That's wild.
Michael Jordan cut his hair bald because of us.
That's wild. That's
Y'all
wild.
niggas got y'all hair braided and got the fade because of me.
That's wild.
I'm gonna claim it. I'm gonna claim
There you
it.
go.
I'm gonna claim it. Y'all niggas start getting who's doing the braids and fade before me?
Hey man, put it out there, man. What else we did first, bro?
That's about it. I take credit for that. Do the knowledge, nigga. Nah, but that shit was hard. I'm always cutting the Cavs' ass though. But we talk about that shit later.
Yeah, we talking about that. Yeah.
Y'all seen that video of the dude who be going crazy on the plane about the baby with the baby crying?
Yeah.
How y'all feel about that shit?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like a part of me feel, bro, but a part of me like, come on now, you ain't got to go crazy on a little man.
Babies
like,
cry.
Babies cry everywhere, bro. But I do get it though. You might be on that plane, you might be tired. That plane nap might have been your only chance at a nap that day.
That man said, did that baby cry? Did that baby pay to cry for 45 fucking minutes? I'm like, God damn.
That's crazy.
I feel like there's a line with that shit though, like because there do be parents who just be letting the baby cry, letting the baby cry.
I never got with the cry out method, bro. That's actually a method. Like,
but if a baby crying, they trying to do everything they can. I ain't really gonna trip, bro. I ain't gonna trip. But if you just letting the baby cry, it's kind of like, all right, bro, like what you got going on? Mm-hmm. Or you got a little badass kid kicking your chair and shit.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah,
do you address the child or do you address the parent in that situation?
I'm gonna look at the parent like, hey, like, come on now, like, come on. Like, come on.
You want to take off your belt or do you want me to take off my belt?
Because he getting ass cutting either way.
Either way, bro. Come on.
Some people say, man, that could turn ugly if you address the child and not the
No,
parent.
I'm not gonna address the child. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the fact that he's still up after 45 minutes after the plane took off is kind of telling.
Yeah, that is, yeah.
Like, I'm not lasting that long.
That's a different.
45 minutes is crazy,
that
bro.
Is crazy. If you ain't sleep yet, nigga, I don't know what the fuck.
I mean, I remember when I was coming back to Charleston, the baby was crying for like 30 seconds. That was it.
I don't even last
45 minutes.
45 minutes is crazy. But on the flip side, bro, like when I get on the plane, I either got earplugs or I got my AirPods.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to cancel out everything anyways.
Yeah. I ain't gonna cause no scene though. Yeah. And then when I seen the video, dude, that's exactly how I thought he looked.
Nah, fact.
I'm gonna be real. I'm scared of getting banned from flying, so I ain't about to cause.
No, yeah, getting banned from flying is crazy. Is that just an airline or the whole they pass you around type shit?
I feel like if you get on a no-fly zone, like you can't fly nowhere, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
fucked.
If you get on a no-fly zone, like you're fucked. Like,
have fun on that train for.
That's what I'm
hours.
saying. Like, you gotta catch the train. Like, who wants to catch a train across America just to go to LA to smoke overpriced
How long
weed?
is a train ride to LA?
Man, if you
gotta
from
be
here,
a couple days.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's,
I mean, because if you think about it, from here to Raleigh it takes like 8 hours
on a train.
On a train.
yeah, if you're going to LA,
So,
that's like 2
and
days.
and that's only a 4-hour drive, if even.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, to Raleigh. So it's like
shit. The car is faster than the train.
The
That's crazy.
train you
It's
take
gotta
more.
make
It's
stops.
more scenic. Yeah, it's more scenic. Yeah.
You gotta make stops and shit. So, you know, I mean, for 8 hours, but you also, you know, you think about you're saving on gas, saving on miles, saving on whatever. If you ain't in no rush, then fuck it. You know what I'm saying? They got a bar on the train, so
They got a lot of shit on trains now.
Yeah.
They make it look like a
You got your
whole hotel type shit.
Suite and shit on there.
Yeah, so 8 hours ain't really bad. You know what I'm saying?
It depends on what you got going on that train, though.
Yeah, you definitely gonna be in there for longer.
Because I need a bed. I need to be able to.
But if I'm going to West Coast on the train,
I need a whole suite. I need a whole suite.
Yeah.
nigga, you gonna need about a month to get there. So,
At least 3 days.
now it's gonna be a minute. But I think they also are trying to build something that is like a direct way between
I heard
East
about
Coast,
that.
West
That
Coast,
little, it was called like the
It's
speed
like a
tunnels?
tube. It's like a
The
speed
tube,
tunnel type
yeah,
shit.
Speed tunnels and shit.
So.
But Elon Musk was behind that, and he got a lot of shit going on. So I don't know if that's about to happen.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I don't know about that one, fellas.
If them Teslas fucking up like that, then I don't know. I wouldn't get underground in a tubing system with this nigga yet. So
I don't know about that one, man. But I mean, dog, I do feel like it's aligned with that shit though. Like, if you got your baby crying for 45 minutes, obviously you're not doing something. Unless you really have been trying. They really been trying, then I ain't gonna trip. You see what I'm saying? But if you just neglecting the child, my nigga, it's like
I'm gonna scan the situation first. Like, when I see you trying, I ain't gonna really trip. But if you just sitting there like this, and this little nigga right there crying, I'll be like, hey, like, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas trying to unwind on this plane, bro. Like, you just
nigga probably just came from a crazy business meeting or, you know, just had a rough day. Nigga just want to get on this flight and catch some Z's and your baby going crazy. No, that's wild, but I'm never trying to get banned from a flight, bro. No,
flying, bro. Like, that's crazy.
That's inconvenient like a motherfucker, bro.
That's why when I be seeing people fight in the airport, I'm like, bro,
That's
like,
stupid as hell. That's
y'all are
stupid as fuck.
tripping. Y'all are tripping. Like, these motherfuckers are ban y'all ass quick. Niggas be having attitudes with the gate clerks and all this. I be like, bro, y'all are tripping, bro. Like, how y'all wait till y'all get at the flight gate to one cut up? You could have this in the garage.
You know what's the stupidest thing to do is be inconvenient in the TSA line. Mm-hmm. Like, it's stupid as fuck. Like, everybody got to go through this shit, bro. Just be patient.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody got to get through. This ain't pre 9/11.
Come on now.
When they ain't even had that shit really. Like, you could just go ahead and walk on through. Nah, that shit different now. Like,
My thing is, niggas been knew about TSA shit. Just show up a little early.
Yeah.
every day airports are gonna be. There's gonna be some type of traffic
especially
every day.
depending on the time.
Every day. Especially depending on the time of the year, but you just gotta be. People gotta develop more patience, man. That's
But
how I
also
feel.
just have that fucking laptop out that bag, nigga.
Yeah.
Because that be the hold up. Like,
Yeah,
if
they
have
tell you,
that
you gotta
shit
take
the
shit out
fuck
the bag,
bro.
yeah.
If you
I
know you
that
about to
shit.
get, you know you might get flagged for this. Just take that shit out the bag.
If it's
already,
electronic,
bro.
take it out the fucking
Just take it out
bag.
the bag.
Like even when I had my camera, I had to open up that.
I have a whole camera bag that I carried to fucking New York. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, nigga, all I did unzip the shit. I'm like, yo, boom, just dispose this shit and just let that shit
Let it
ride
right
Yeah,
through.
Come on, man. You know they're gonna make you pull the laptop out the bag. Boom, did that.
Take your shoes off.
All the shit, man.
Yeah.
Nigga got belt on, nigga got chain on, phone in pocket. Like,
That be the
You
whole-
gotta
that
take
really-
all that shit off,
That
bro.
really do be the hold up, bro. Like, y'all niggas know what y'all gotta do. Like,
Then the kids, you gotta take your kids' shoes off.
Yeah.
teach the churn too. If y'all traveling with churn, teach them.
that's
take-
for y'all be trying to fly with full outfits on. Like, fly with some flip flops or some Crocs on.
Come on, man.
Get this shit over with, bro. Like,
So we can go ahead and get on through. Man. That's it. Like,
Because I'm going to get pat down by my hair anyway, so that's going to hold up the line. So, nigga, come on, like, help me help you so I can get on through. But
and they
that's
do
what-
be having the little lines that you can get in that's kind of faster depending on what they got going on. But even then, it's like people just gotta be more aware.
Dog, that shit
The people awareness be on
on zero.
zero, bro. It's like, bro, like come on, man, like
so if you got TSA pre-check, you don't gotta do none of that.
No, you do.
no, you
got a
still
different
gotta.
line.
You got a different line
But that line move way quicker though.
Sometimes.
sometimes.
Depends.
depends.
Like, if you in Charleston, if you leaving out the first, like, if you get to Charleston Airport at like 6 a.m., it's all the lines going to be packed.
Like when I checked in to come back here, cause you know JFK they got multiple. Like they airlines be their own airport. So like once I checked in my suitcase, the one looked at me and said, "Oh, you go ahead, go through there." But yes, I jumped a lot of people, but it was still a little line.
Right.
It's a little line. You just gonna have to. That's the only thing that really holds up the airport is the TSA shit.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it was pre 9/11, you don't really have to worry about that shit like that. But times are different. You got to go through that shit. Like they checking everything. They don't fuck around. So you get there and they tell you open the bag, have your bag ready to be open, have your shoes off. You see what I'm saying? Like all that shit. Take the shit out your pocket. Put it. Then get on through. Because once you get past that, all it is, you go to the little store, get you something to eat, wait, get in the flight. But everything before that is just that's where the havoc is at. That's all that shit is.
I'm gonna just tell you, I would never. And this is
And
why
don't be inconvenient to the workers.
I don't check bags. And it's a reason for that shit because I don't need my shit with me regardless of where the fuck I'm going. You know what I mean? I'm trying to wait for flight delays and all that other shit. I ain't trying to do it. But also, it's like when I went to New York, I had to bring the mixers, the mics, and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Bro, the weight of your bag, you got to have to split them shit. You got to be very mindful of all this stuff because I wasn't, and I paid $130 each way for my bags. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think I paid $30 for my suitcase. Both
exactly.
Going and coming.
And so, like, I was like, on the way back, I was like, well, shit, let me just buy 2 bags because that will equal the weight. And then it was like, oh, well, we need an actual second bag. I'm like, no, the fuck y'all don't. Nah. I just know
making shit up, man.
Yeah, like, I just know that I beat the code of what you're asking. If I buy 2 bags, which would have been $60, you see what I'm saying, versus the $130.
Because they allow you a carry-on and then a check bag.
Yeah, but if I bought 2 check bags, then the weight requirement is, completely different.
So let me ask you a question. So once you check, because when I checked in my suitcase, right, like, so if they find something suspicious, they'll call you back out to the front or something like that?
No.
Because they just grabbed my suitcase and was like, all right, you good to go.
Nah.
And they just put the shit on the little thing and it went through.
I think it's more so of like once you sit down on the airplane, they'll have somebody come either take your ass off that plane and question you then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like it's
because the suitcase does go through a check, right?
Yeah, it goes through the back, and that'd be the thing. Like when niggas, like when they had the shorties looking for their perks or some shit because in the flight or the people took the shit because in the back, if they catch, they scan. You don't know what's going on in there.
That's what I'm saying. You don't see them check the suitcase. You don't see them check it.
You don't.
So they'll come get you off the flight.
I heard that shit random though. Like they just pick certain bags and go through.
I mean, they be having dogs back there, so you know what I'm saying.
True
like whatever the dogs bark at, or whatever type of dog it is, because dogs are looking for damn bombs.
They looking for bombs and shit.
Yeah, what I mean, they ain't really.
They got them dogs looking for all kind of shit. They got dogs that sniff for money and shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
they got. So whatever's back there is whatever's back there. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was leaving, I was leaving New York, and it was like walking.
Come on down. Go get.
And they had this fucking dog. I'm like, I know he's looking for bombs. That's what I kept saying in my head. And I walked past the little nigga. Sure, I got the pack in the bag, and there we go. We here now. You know
Damn.
what I'm saying? But you just can't freeze up. I had no chance to freeze up. I got to the end of the line, and I was like, oh, shit, this is new. Like, okay. Okay, here we are. Woo!
So that should be.
That should be. You good. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, man, I'm not
no
trying to give in on flights. And, I give people a lot more grace, man, as I get older when it comes to certain shit. Like, because you fuck around and you get thrown off a flight.
It's over for you,
It's over for you, bro.
It's over for you.
And it's such an inconvenience, cause especially if you somebody who got to travel a lot. You ain't trying to drive nowhere, man. And in most cases, shit. You know Scotty, right? Scotty drove from here to fucking Indianapolis, bro.
Mm-hmm. He make that drive, though. He be doing that.
I be like...
That's a strong brother right there.
I mean, he had to when he first moved up there because, of course, he had to get his car out there. But dog,
that was like, what, a 10-hour drive?
12, something like that.
Yeah, I ain't doing all that, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
Shit, from here to D.C., like 8 hours, though.
I did New York to Charleston.
New York to Charleston?
New York to Charleston, like 12 hours, too. Mm-hmm. That's like 12 hours.
Dog, I'm not driving up to New York.
But I left at...
Especially to Manhattan. Fuck no. Ain't nowhere to park.
I left at like 10 p.m. from New York.
Yeah, you get up there like 10 in the morning next morning.
So I just drove straight. So I'm driving through. Nobody really being on the road, but just like a few 18-wheelers and shit. And I mean, not like crazy traffic. So that was, so you're able to like really punch it. You know what I mean? But that was risky as fuck because police could have been anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Especially you get up in that Virginia area.
Oh my God, it's the worst.
Them niggas be on the side of the damn like on the hills waiting on your ass. That shit, they different up there, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, it look different and all. Like, you coming through VA, you like, hey, this shit, they got like a natural filter. Like, that shit look different, bro. Like, you be like, damn, bro. This shit crazy.
Virginia takes the longest to get through.
Yeah, it do.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a big state.
Mm-hmm. Florida, they will tag your ass too.
Mm-hmm.
They be checking.
They'll catch you by air in Georgia. They got fucking traffic control in the air. They got planes. Yeah.
They gonna start getting niggas with drones.
Shit, they
got that Cop City shit out there. I ain't surprised at that. That's crazy.
Shit crazy, man. But
Imagine a drone giving you a ticket.
I ain't with that. I don't like shit like that. A drone, like
a drone just dropping a ticket on your shit.
We on some other shit now.
Speeding.
Like we on some other shit.
That shit wild.
I hope they hired me to do shit like that. Cause I'ma catch your ass.
So
nigga.
you'd be a police if you could just drive a drone?
Nigga, if you can see how it's levels,
Then
man.
they gonna have fun with that
I'm
shit.
gonna have so much fun.
You getting that crazy with the drone, bro?
Yes. I'm trying to. I'm gonna get my pilot license and all for that shit.
Hold on, you gotta get a pilot license for it?
Anything
For the big ones?
anything past a mini.
Oh, I didn't know that. Damn,
I
that's
mean, it makes
crazy.
sense though. That
It's-
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's like literally controlling a fucking vehicle, like a airplane or
Airplane,
a
yeah.
helicopter, or
They do got big ass drones too.
they got goggles that you can have with the joystick that controls it. Yeah,
Damn.
it's levels to this shit, man. Can't wait.
I feel you. I feel you. So, how you feel about Frank Ocean, man? This nigga Frank Ocean, Coachella. You know, this nigga was supposed to have a whole
set.
He made them basically build an ice rink, take the shit back down, same day of performance. Then I heard his live performance wasn't even that good.
He didn't have no shoes on. I've always felt like bro's supremely overrated for one, and I just feel like he gets his fan base gives him leeway,
A lot of grace.
a lot of grace.
fucking
I don't get it. Like, I mean, that's just another example of music truly being subjective to different people, because I don't get it. Like, I just don't. But
Man, his last classic was 10 years ago.
like,
And it's not like he be doing like singles in between time.
he don't do no
Cause
features
Blonde
like that.
wasn't,
Like,
Blonde wasn't like that, man.
I mean,
Blonde.
that's what I'm saying. You ask certain people, Blonde is like an all-time classic. I'd be like, bro,
Hell
like
no.
where?
Hell no. He got Nostalgia Ultra, the mixtape, and then he got Channel Orange. That's what we doing. And he got some classic fucking records. He's a great artist, but I put him in that kind of like that Lauryn Hill
I
type
feel like
lane,
he's one of
man.
them dudes. He's one of them dudes who's unapologetic about what exactly he wanted from this shit.
Like what? But that's
Because
if I'm Coachella, I'm be like, bro, you running the fuck out, bro.
No, you did some other shit.
Like you wilding out,
did
bro.
some-
I don't give a
you did
damn
some-
who you are, bro. Like, come on, relax,
First off,
my
because
nigga.
his set supposed to be streamed, and he was like, I'm not performing unless y'all don't stream my shit. Because they had like the free streaming on YouTube and shit. They had their own Coachella stream channel.
I thought he said he didn't want his shit streamed.
He didn't want to stream. That's what I'm saying. He said he wasn't performing if y'all streaming my shit.
Oh no, that nigga suck a dick.
That's
nigga.
what I'm saying.
Real shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro was
What the fuck
wild.
is wrong with that nigga, bro?
Bro's wildin'.
But
Then-
I heard people say his live singing ain't really all that anyway.
It's not. And then I saw, because he was supposed to do both weekends. He drops.
He dropped. Yep.
He drops out of the second weekend. I don't know, man. I'm not trying to use this as to try to shit on bro, but like I always felt like Dawg was kind of like overrated, and it's been time and time again he kind of showed me like I said, like he kind of like on some Ben Simmons shit. He just like what he's been able to get from the lifestyle as opposed to.
And you don't think Frank really loved the art like that?
I mean, for one, like it's like, bro, you're Frank Ocean. Like you trying to do this, you're too far in your career to still be trying to do this, like mysterious type shit, bro. We know who you are. Mm-hmm. Like cut that shit out, bro. Then it's like we like for me personally, from just looking at him, like I can tell like he's more like into what he's been afforded from this shit. And there's nothing wrong with that, but just tell us that.
Man, he carrying the arrogance with it.
Yeah, he carried it. It's an arrogance that come with it though. Like if you just want to be like, hey, I'm gonna come do enough just so I can maintain my lifestyle, or I like where I'm at right here, and I just want to stay right here, and just let us know that, because we expecting. A lot of people was expecting a lot of shit from this performance. Like they was expecting like rollouts, all kind of shit. Like we ain't seen or heard from Frank Ocean in years. So like we want to know like what's going on. Last time we heard from Frank Ocean, he was launching his Homer brand, like his clothing, the jewelry brand. That was like almost 3 years ago. So now it's like I want the music. You know what I'm saying? They was expecting a lot from him. So to pull this is just like, hey, like, gotcha, nigga.
Frank Ocean to me just carries this, like you said, it's the mysterious aspect for one. I felt like when he came out the gates as strong as he did, he kind of felt like, all right, like,
yeah, I'm here. I'm
here
here now.
like,
yeah.
and I ain't really got the. But here's my thing with artists: if you have an issue with the venue, like, handle that with the venue.
That's not the fans' fault. The fans
Don't you still owe the fans a service, my nigga.
The fans shouldn't suffer because of that.
I always stand on shit like that.
Especially when you got a strong fan base like him, you don't want to do shit like that.
And then you make them build up this rink
yeah.
in the desert at that.
That's crazy.
Take the shit down, then do it. Then you don't want your shit live stream. Like, who do you think you are, bro? Like for real. Like I read that shit. I'm like, this nigga Frank Ocean tripping. No nigga, who you think you are, Prince or something?
He think he Prince. He wilding like he Prince.
He ain't Prince.
Now if Prince was making them demands,
That's different.
That's different. That's different.
I know what I'm getting from a Prince show.
You know what I'm getting from a Prince show. I don't know what I'm getting from a Frank Ocean show.
So they dropped the ball on that. I give him some grace on that because that's Prince. But my nigga, you not Prince, man. And that I think us as fans sometimes we build up certain artists to
above they level grade.
Yeah,
bro.
And that's why I feel like when it comes to artists and fans, there is a line between like, my nigga, you do kind of like owe it to the fans to deliver some like 95% of the time, my nigga, because we put you here, whether you like it or not. Like you here because of the fans, my nigga. I'm not saying that you got to get on your knees to the fans, but my nigga, like the fans are why you big who you are. You have your fan base. Your fan base for a reason. Like Beyonce, she has her fan base for a reason. Jay-Z has his fan base for a reason.
But Frank has a very large and loyal fan base, though. That's the thing.
I don't think they was cool with that, though.
No, a lot of them weren't cool. But it was a lot of people that I know personally who were Frank Ocean fans. Like they was like they get it, and I'm like, what do you get? Like I'm really trying to understand.
And what did they say?
If I paid to be at that Coachella and I was like a Frank Ocean like fan,
then my whole experience is ruined.
My whole experience ruined. Especially that's my first time trying to see, bro.
And that's my thing, bro. Like that comes with anything, sports, music. You never know who's their first time there and what they sacrificed to be there. They could have
been busting their ass since they heard Frank Ocean was going to be at
Coachella to make that money to be there.
And then you do that. Like that shit, that's not fair, bro.
I always think about shit like that, bro. That's fucked up when artists do shit like that.
That's real fucked up, bro.
Like you don't know who spent like they last or bust their ass for 6 months to afford to come out there and then you don't perform.
Coachella ain't cheap, nah.
No, it's not cheap. Hell no, it's not cheap. That's how I know like people really be busting their probably work ass of overtime just to come out there. Like no, and see that's when you gotta start having them conversations about them ticket prices too.
Man, I saw
certain artists like
I saw these females. They was at Coachella. They was like they had 2 iced coffees and 2 burritos, and they was like, yeah, for lunch today we spent $64 on these burritos and iced coffees, and I'm like, y'all eating burritos and iced coffees? That's crazy. But even crazier, y'all spent almost $70. And
it's probably hot out there. I know that stomach on 10.
That shit go crazy.
Ain't standing behind y'all.
It ain't worth it.
Honestly. It ain't worth it.
I ain't really a festival person, to be real.
Yeah, I mean, go crazy, teach us on for the people who do want to go to those festivals and stuff like that. But honestly, like to think about how much or what you could see with the price that you're paying for the ticket. Not only that, the meal that you can cook, $70, bro. I'm eating a good meal.
A really good meal.
Yeah.
If it was like, yo, you got $70 to make like a really good meal, I'm going crazy.
And I can make a meal that would last me a week or even 2 weeks.
At least, yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just grown up myself now.
I know what I can do with that
like
now.
Those kids, niggas was buying sneakers probably those age. You know what I mean? Buying multiple sneakers is paying the same price. So, not to knock the niggas, but me personally, I just don't think going to see anybody's going to be worth the price that they're paying. You know what I mean? Like
I agree.
I just don't. Like
I've never been that type of festival concert type person.
Not when you can probably pay, to see that individual. If you really rock with them, you can probably go see that for a different price and go to a different city to go see that person.
Yeah.
For less, for just maybe just a ticket price.
Catch them on their tour.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where I see the logic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But teach his own, bro. I would never pay to go to none of those festivals. I just
them big festivals be losing me. Like the Rolling Louds and
have it.
Like Coachella, like they can have that. I like the smaller, the mid to smaller festivals though. Like I like those.
Damn sure will catch me at a Travis Scott festival.
No,
Fuck
Jesus,
that.
No, hell no.
Niggas
What
be
is
moshing and all
this
type of
one
shit.
called? What, Astro World?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not fighting 60 pilgrims in one area for a spot just to see a nigga in
that's
record
crazy.
or a nigga
What
bumping
was
me.
it? Didn't he drop a shoe at one of his ones? And like that shit was just absolute
Man, that
madness
shit was
on top of
madness.
the concert. Like
See what I'm saying?
the
And the
absolute
shit that when the
madness.
people died, that was almost a couple years ago. I think
Yeah.
that was 2021.
That was 2021.
See what I'm saying? Like fresh out the gates, being back outside, and this is the type of behavior you guys are on. Miss me with that. I got nothing for it, dog. I got nothing for it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So even for Frank Ocean, sorry, bruv. Like, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sucks for the fans of Frank Ocean and then for the people who set up all the shit for the man to fail in that department. But it's still one of those things. He probably was uncomfortable. He probably did honestly just be like, yeah.
I can't shoot him that bell, Drew. I'm sorry.
It's a
brother.
fucked up situation, but
I
it be
honestly
reasons,
get what you're
dog.
saying because we just was talking about the whole social like battery shit, like, and I ain't trying to make it
But
seem
you
like
an
I-
artist though.
But like, yeah, sometimes it's like, bro, you sign up for that.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
like-
it sucks, but dog,
Shit, and we might experience it as we get bigger. Like, we might be like, damn, we burnt out. Like, I don't, but we sign up for the shit. But like,
facts.
like Mike was saying, bro,
I
like,
can't
gotta,
cancel on the show.
I gotta
can't do that.
understand. Like, it might be people who, like you say, bust their ass to come see us. They bust their ass to come see Frank Ocean. A sacrifice got to get made somewhere.
I get it, but you know, if
Then you got to schedule it to where you know, like, everybody knows they body in their routine. Now, you might have a day that should catch you off guard. I get it. But if it's consistent, my nigga, okay, you have a problem.
It's kind of been like a running theme with him.
Yeah.
Though. That's the thing. Like,
but then now that's on the fans.
You got to
yeah.
schedule it. You
That's
got to
what- that's
schedule
what-
it
it's
right
kinda
way.
like, it's kind of shared
And that's why I say
responsibility.
you
like,
got to, the fans got to put
Yeah.
their foot down too. Like,
Yeah.
nah, bro, like, we not dealing with the shit. And I bet you an artist will tighten up
Oh,
then.
for sure. You hit the pockets, bro. Everybody tightens up.
Next time you drop that pre-release link and have
Yeah,
them numbers ain't
the
in,
numbers ain't hitting like how you
a
think.
statement gonna be dropped. Like, I'm gonna do better, guys. Like,
No, real talk. That's what happens with certain artists. Like, when they see them numbers don't come back like how they supposed to be, it's like, oh shit, like maybe I need to tighten up my shit. Cause if an artist if one fan complains, that ain't gonna be enough for an artist. That ain't gonna be enough.
No, it's not. And I know for a fact, dog, he might, you know, the nigga, he's an artist, bro. There's no telling what the nigga's going through. You know what I'm saying? So I understand y'all not gonna give the nigga no bell. I don't personally listen to Frank
He
Ocean.
could be. He could be, but he knows that though.
Yeah, but I feel like also, like you said, it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah.
So the nigga probably knows I could get off on this shit.
that's what
You know
I'm saying. Like,
because there's no makeup. I can't make this festival up. You
the
see what I'm
Coachella
saying?
is so that's over with
They're
now.
gonna pay
Like,
the bag regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
me
Cause
finesse
y'all-
these niggas real
yeah,
quick.
That's
like,
it. So if y'all niggas got hit with a lick, y'all got hit with a lick. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Wham bam, huh? No, I feel what you're saying too, though. I feel what you're saying.
I mean, it's everybody got to do their due diligence when
Yeah.
it comes to this. When it comes to music, man, everybody, like the venues, you know, media members, artists, everybody got to make sure everything. Speaking of, y'all seen when Chloe Bailey had asked DJ Envy to name?
I saw it. I was just about to bring that shit up too.
I was like, this nigga here tripping, bro.
man, these niggas fake, bro.
Niggas be fake, bro.
But you know what's wild? You could.
Me and you just had this conversation a
He
few
could
weeks
have
ago.
literally
Remember?
listened to the album on the way to work. Like, he could have just been like, "Hey, let me bump some of these shit." Just
Even
like,
if he didn't know, my nigga, you could have sneak a little Google search, my nigga, and just say a name off rip.
that's nasty too, but that's more respectable.
It's more respectable, yeah.
Like, you was like,
But
oh,
you
yeah,
had plenty of time to
listened
listen to
the album,
her
I like
shit.
the album. She was like, all right, so what song you like?
I'm glad she did it the way she did too. She ain't really get out of pocket. She just put dog on the spot.
She was on his ass.
But Nicki Minaj had got on them about that before some years ago.
I
That was
remember
like,
that
I think
shit.
2013,
I remember
14.
that
She was
shit.
like, yo, you as an interviewer, you as a media member, like it's your job to know who you're interviewing. Like,
It's
why would
simple
you have
homework.
me up here and you don't know anything?
It's simple homework.
I think it's disrespectful, bro.
It's just like, I just don't understand that, bro. But you know what's the funniest shit about that Chloe shit? Like, Charlamagne was just sitting there like, yeah,
Get him.
get him.
he gonna egg some shit on now.
Yeah, that nigga DJ Envy was getting red in the face because he know he was on some fake nigga shit. Like,
That's some bullshit, bro. You can't do shit like
yeah,
that.
that was
That shit is
crazy.
corny to me.
I
That shit is
like
corny.
the album. Nah, nigga. What exactly did you like? You can't even answer that shit.
You could see it in her face that she was kind of fed up when she asked a question.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, all right, let me see what type of time they on. But anybody you interview, man, you got to know something about them. You got to, bro. Like, it's, to me, that shit kind of cringe. I know DJ Envy ain't have feel right after that shit, dog.
Yeah, he know he fucked up.
He know he was wrong for that shit, bro.
He didn't care.
Damn sure didn't. That's what it is. He didn't care.
He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He didn't give a fuck about that girl music. And that's fucked up. But you got her up there for interviews.
You got her up there for interview though. But
No,
you see what
he
them,
doesn't have her up there. The station.
That's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
was just
for
about
them-
to say that too.
For them,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
for them,
saying.
it's like, all right, who we got this week? Who's been appointed for us this week?
But you see, there's other people who would love to interview her now. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get to
Y'all
just
waste
because your
time.
job provides you with
Y'all,
people.
they get the squander interviews like that. Like they
But
really
see,
do.
that's where, where's baby girl now? I'm sorry.
Chloe Bailey.
No. The other shorty who used to be part of Breakfast Club.
Angela
Oh,
Yee.
Angela
Yeah.
Yee.
That's where she would come in. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I probably think she was probably like one of the better interviews out of all of
well,
them.
if it wasn't political, then or anybody of a statue, that Charlamagne he headed it. You see what I'm saying? Anybody else, it was kind of more of her heading the shit for
Yeah.
the regular
Yeah.
individuals. Not regular individuals, but the celebrities that are just
Yeah.
not of a higher statue, like a Kamala Harris when she came through. Them niggas was on hush.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's just all about your style. It's all about the dynamic, and there's only two men on the show now. You see what I'm saying? DJ Envy don't give a
And they
fuck.
on BET.
Yeah, you see what I'm
They
saying?
be having like special guest hosts sometimes. So
I
like they'll-
haven't watched a Breakfast.
I only be
anything.
seeing it like when I see like a clip of it on Twitter or something.
I
Like,
got you.
they be having special guests sometimes to come be
Their
like
whole
they
setup
third
is
host.
different now.
But
Like that's setup. Like the setup is weird now. Like honestly.
But for everybody in this room who has done interviews, you know what it takes to do a fucking interview. And that's even like to say like write out 5 questions. Knowing that 5 questions can turn into 10 questions. 10 questions that you write down can turn into 20 questions. You see
You
what I'm
gotta
saying?
know at least 3
You
things.
got to
about the
have
person.
something to
Something.
go.
Yes.
A starting point, a midpoint, and an end.
End.
Fucking give them 3 questions. You see what I'm saying? And then let the person just talk and do whatever the hell they need to do.
because really the interview just about it's not about you. It's just
not.
about them talking.
what
Like,
I'm
that's
saying?
what it is.
But
You're
if
just mediating the situation.
But that's poor. It's poor work. That's just what it is. It's poor homework. It's poor journalism. It's poor all of that shit. But this is what people subscribe to. It's madness.
When you afforded the luxury of like your job just being like, okay, yeah, we got such and such up here this week. You get comfortable. It's like I ain't gotta ask somebody for the interview no more because I know my platform will provide it for me.
I get built-in interviews with my position.
Yeah. So I get to just, they gonna watch regardless. The number's gonna be there regardless. But it's like, nah, bro. Like it's still a craft to that shit, my nigga. It's still some integrity to that. She handled that well though.
She's deserving of more.
She is.
She's deserving, and a lot of people are deserving of more of the lackluster worth of questions that comes off of some people's platforms when it comes to wanting somebody who never seen this person or never had a chance to see a one-on-one conversation with them, only seeing what the news reports about them.
If I was her, I wouldn't go back.
I wouldn't either.
I think it's just disrespectful, like to not know
They
about.
wasted a lot of time with that one.
Like real talk, I think it's disrespectful not to know something about somebody. You see what I'm saying? Or
From
know
seeing
like
just from seeing that clip, I know like they ain't really talk about nothing of value. Just from
like it's a difference between just having an artist come up there and they just basically on some like you remember on certain radio interviews they be like, oh, we gonna have such and such up here today. They gonna help, like they basically gonna be part of the morning show.
Yeah.
Like they basically gonna be doing what we doing.
yeah, it wasn't just like a 20-minute.
It's not an interview.
Yeah, it's
they
like
actually
did a
here
whole
for the
show. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
It's different when you're doing that versus doing an interview because my nigga, you don't know nothing. Mm-hmm. Like you didn't even listen to my album. You don't know what's on my shit.
It was better when back then because even if you didn't know much about that person, they there for like at least an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. So
Yeah, for the morning.
you
shit.
got time to feel them out, like
Feel
throughout
them
that
out.
whole time, like so.
If they're conducting the radio show like how you doing, that's why I said like it's a difference.
It's different.
So if you're actually interviewing somebody, dog, you need to know about them. Like that's homework, that's research, that's what come with it. Like you should know what the fuck they got going on. But I will say she handled that very well. Especially like with everybody, and I know she be seeing that shit, but she don't be reacting to none of that shit. That's one thing I will say that she's good at for her age. I feel like a lot of other artists at her age probably would have been lashing out, and airing out their grievances, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we seen that before. Like when Nicki was up there and they had that interview with her, oh, she let them boys have that shit, bro. Nicki was like, she was mad at, more so Angela Yee, she was mad at.
Yeah.
It's like, dog, like how you had me up here and y'all, like, you don't know what I got going on with my music. Like, you know, Charlemagne, he in the back tripping and shit. But it's like, no, like, she got a point, dog.
Right. Like,
She's
y'all
right.
wasting time. Like, y'all just
It's a waste of my time to have me even up here if you don't know what the fuck I got going on. Like, you don't even got to be a fan of me. You see what I'm saying? Like, but you can inquire about my music and why I make the music that I make, why my fans love me, how I got inspired in music. You don't got to be a fan of me to interview me. But if your platform is going to have me up here, my nigga, you have a job to do. That's how I look at it. Because it's not like y'all asked her to come up there. They came up there. Like, she was scheduled to come up there. I think she had a concert. Yeah, one of her shows is in New York. Mm-hmm. So if I was her, I wouldn't even go back, to be real. I would even do that. I'm cool on that shit, bro.
Yeah, they dropped the ball with that one.
Jim Jones up there doubling down on his Pusha T shit.
Hey, man.
Let me go ahead and play that shit, man.
Somebody call Drake and tell him to clear whatever features that Jim trying to get, because that's really what this is. Like,
a lot of people feel like that for real. Let's see.
Pusha T for the butt of our joke and things like that. But I mean, it's like it is what it is, man. Like, we're not going to sit up here and go back and forth about it. I don't really care. Do you know, can you tell me, can you sing along the 5 Pusha T records right now? His records.
Yes.
His records?
Yeah.
Name
I love Pusha. Nostalgia.
Oh, you was a Pusha T fan. I didn't know he had fans like that. Can you name 5 Pusha T records? No, his records.
See, but
can you rap to 5 Pusha?
I can't rap 5.
All right, can you rap to 5? Wait. Can you rap? If 5 Pusha T records, not the records he's featured on, if 5 Pusha T records came on right now, could you rap them?
You could rap 5 Pusha T records? Yeah.
Could you rap 5 Pusha T records right now if they started playing?
What do you mean rap? Like the hook?
Could you sing them?
Verse for verse, they came on like certain joints. Like
not certain. No, I'm saying, could you rap? All right, could you rap 5 J verses if they came on?
Absolutely.
Could you rap with 5 Drake verses if they came on?
Nah. You lying. But I've never been a big Drake fan.
You're lying because you work at radio. If 5 Drake records
that's
came on
nasty
right now,
for Jim Jones. That's nasty, dog.
Because they play on the radio all day.
Absolutely. To rap lyric to lyric like I could do J, I couldn't. But he still don't. And he clipped.
That's because Jim started tapping his foot before he did that.
I'm just gonna say that because I don't want to get it because them niggas will be like, yo, Jim way wild on them. Shout out to Pusha T. I love your soul, my dog. You're not in my top 50. You might be in Push.
Now, of course, you already know who asked him the question. You know Charlemagne alley-ooped that question. So that's how that shit started. But still, I don't feel like he had to ask, do you know 5 Pusha T songs? You could have just been like, bro, I said what I said. And we just gonna leave it at that. I feel like when you started asking people if you know 5, like you digging into it, like you dragging it, my nigga, you dragging it.
And this was last week, and the fact that you're still on it this week.
I just don't like the fact that he like asked a question about the 5 verses because it felt like you trying to push a point here. Like you could have just answered the question like, bro, I said what I said. I ain't got no beef with him. You see what I'm saying? I still feel like he's not in my top 50. When you do that extra. You're trying to push a point here.
You had another motive.
Yeah. It's just like, my nigga, like, no, individual, like, for what it's worth, bro, listen, could I rap 5 Pusha T songs word for word? Probably not, but I know a good bit of them songs and them verses. Like, I definitely can name 5 Pusha T songs. Like, come on now, let's not do that. Like, then later on, he asked him, dude, can you rap 5 Jim Jones records? And dude said no. He's like, all right, cool, like, fine. But because that was a lot of rebuttal to a lot of people, a rebuttal for a lot of people. Was like, oh, I can't name 5 Jim. Well, I can't rap 5 Jim Jones songs, and it's like you asked yesterday in the group chat. You was like, is that another?
This is Spencer Dinwiddie, Kyle Kuzma 2.0.
I do feel like Pusha T is way higher though.
No, he is way higher, but I'm
just
like,
based off his group.
But
affiliation.
I'm going off because to me, Jim Jones, Pusha T, they kind of have like the same level of cultural status.
Mm-hmm. I could agree with that.
Pusha T clips, his whole movement, everything he had going on, his trends that he helped set. undeniable. Jim Jones, Dipset, trends after trends. You know, both of them still consistent. Both of them still relevant. It is what it is. They both undeniable. I just feel like, dog, you're Jim Jones. You don't have to do this. You don't see Pusha T doing none of this. Pusha T know he Pusha T.
Quiet.
He don't. So it's like, I've been going back and forth like since that second one came. I was like, bruh, do I even want Pusha T to rebuttal to this, like on his, because he got a Gangsta Girls about to drop.
It's coming.
Do I want
now? He probably doubling back as we speak to add some more.
But it's like
he might throw a few bars. He might not do a whole lot. He might throw a few.
That's what I'm saying, so. Because it's like
I don't think he'll give Jim a whole verse.
But he might set a trap for that nigga. Like you said, he might sprinkle a few.
Jim Jones not gonna drop no diss record though.
I feel like Jim Jones would definitely.
Jim ain't dropping no diss record. That ain't his thing.
I feel like Jim Jones would definitely drop a diss record.
I watched that whole interview. Though, and Jim just, even when he was talking about, he's like, man, yeah, I put a little spice on it, but that was what everybody was gonna highlight. But you know, I was just being real. Like, I just don't. He basically stood on everything that he said in the interview, but then that's when the question about the 5 verses came. So basically, he just repeat when Charlamagne asked him. That he was like, yeah, man, like, I just stood on what I said. Yeah, like, I wasn't trying to, you know, while I don't do nothing like that. That was just honestly how I felt. Like, I just feel like he's not in my top 50.
He wilded out the first time when he brought it up, though. He was wilding out then. Because if you feel like he not top 50, cool. He was sprinkling extra shit on then.
Yeah, he was.
So it's like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it was like you were kind of picking on him.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, all right, but if that man say something back to you and he bar your ass up, he wrong.
I don't even think Jim would rap back. That's the thing. Then Charlamagne was like, yeah, what if he call you? And he was like, no, I don't be on that type of time. And Charlamagne's like, no, Jim, now you called my phone one time. And they start laughing and shit like that. He's like, he calls your phone? I was like, yeah. He was like, don't play with me like that, because if you play with me like that, everybody gonna think you can play with me like that. And everybody gonna be playing with me like that. And they was laughing about this shit. So then Charlamagne was like, yeah, what if Pusha T, call you, about the, he's like, no, this ain't the phone to call for that.
Okay.
I'm like, all right. Man,
okay.
Like, we ain't got to do it.
No, but you had that man name in your mouth first, though.
Yeah.
You got to take that call. You can't pull it. This ain't the phone to call.
I don't want it to get past that, though.
Yeah, I don't even think Pusha T take that shit seriously, bro. Like,
nah, he don't.
It's just, it is what it is. If anything, it more solidified really who he is. So, it is what it is, bro.
I just think that
I do think he is gonna get a couple.
I think you can have I think when you constantly start speaking about people, like, even when how I feel about old boy from Griselda. You know what I'm saying? I don't listen to his music, but if I'm on the podcast consistently talking about him, me that's
different.
weird.
That's different.
It was like, bro, you don't fuck with his music. Why you still talking about him? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at that whole Jim Jones Pusha T shit. Like, just leave that shit alone. And that's what's gonna garner attention. That's what that goes back to awareness again. Mm-hmm. So like Charlamagne, he's an elite. He's an elite baiter.
That's his job, though. That's his job.
So if Charlamagne asks you that question,
you know what it is.
Bro, I said what I said. I don't have no issue with Pusha T. Next question. So then we don't have the tweets going viral about this part of the interview, because that was an hour interview. But what everybody talking about, the part with Jim Jones talking about Pusha T. That's my thing. Like, you got to know how to maneuver through certain shit too. You got to Eurostep that.
It was the low.
You got to Eurostep that.
It's the low hanging fruit of the conversation.
You know who I give credit for Eurostepping a lot of shit now?
Who?
Joe. If you watch Joe,
Joe do Euro, but he's always been like that though.
No, he hasn't. He's improved a lot.
I honestly feel.
Remember his Esther Basta interview back in like 2013, 14? You remember that shit? No, with the Breakfast Club.
See, now I gotta go back and rewatch that.
Joe has grown a lot since that interview.
So he spoke a lot on that back then. Are you saying to compare to?
It would base some shit. His PR would basically be like, "Come on, my nigga, like, what you got going on?" Joe said that himself. He's like, bro, that was a bad interview for me. Like, it was a bad time. But like, if you look if you look at his Drink Champs interview, right?
Oh yeah,
a lot of people would be kind of somewhat disappointed if they're into that spice type shit. He didn't give up nothing on that interview.
He didn't give up nothing on that shit. That was a good interview too, though.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, Joe has grown a lot. Like, he's not getting caught in no bait, none. And
Nah, I
that's
give him
when certain interviewers, that's their thing. Charlamagne, that's his thing. He's gonna try to bait you into some controversy. You see what I'm saying? Like, prime example, the same Chloe Bailey interview, right? When they was talking about her getting cheated on. And you know what Charlamagne said? Charlamagne was like, when you call him, did he say yes, ma'am? And she was like, nah. And a lot of people didn't know what the yes, ma'am was from. And that was from Gunna in the courtroom saying yes, ma'am to the judge. You get what I'm saying? Like, he know what he doing.
Yeah.
Like, so certain interviewers have this way of trying to bait you into certain shit. You just got to know how to maneuver around that shit. So with Jim Jones, with Charlamagne actually was like, bro, we leaving it there. I already addressed it. I don't have no issues with that man. I do feel like he's top 50. If he felt like it was disrespect, no disrespect intended. But that's just how I felt. He's still not in my top 50, though. I'm not going to double down in terms of asking, do you know if I push it? Because niggas going to trip off that. It's like, okay, now you playing with my craft.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You playing, and you know a nigga can be sensitive about his craft.
Then he doing the whole, this not the phone to call. I'm like, nigga, like, don't do that, nigga. Because you going to take this phone call if I call you, nigga, like, hey, like, nigga, you know we need to talk.
I don't think Pusha.
Pusha. That's not even his personality.
Nah,
like, he just handles shit as it come.
He handles shit as it come. But he gonna throw Jim a few bars.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. If the one liner like that, Jim gonna respond though. He gonna have to. Pusha T has a way with words now. The way he puts it together really make you like, like, damn, nigga, like. It'd be layers, but we'll see. But like you brought up Joe, man, shout out to that brother Joe Budden, man. I always say I always give him his props, man. Like he's a good fella, man. That's all I'm believing.
Oh, the Usher concert, yeah,
that's a good fella right there, man.
I mean, in that situation, bro, it's Usher,
Hey, man,
he looked like he was in the VIP section.
I respect that shit, bro. Like,
yeah,
I would want Usher to do that to my girl. Like, hey, bro, like,
go ahead, do your thing.
That give her a good experience, bro. Like, I'm mad at that.
That's once in a lifetime.
Usher wasn't disrespectful or nothing like that. Like,
Joe definitely got a type though.
Hey man,
Joe definitely got a type.
I'm mad at
his
that.
His type
brother.
is kind of in line with mine too, so that's why I'm mad at
that brother. I ain't not mad at that brother. He doing what he supposed to do out here, man. Especially you in your mid-40s and shit.
I was talking that shit on that caption. He said I stepped last night. No, he said what did he say?
He said we went out. I went out last night and did a lot of. I stepped everywhere.
Yeah, so
that was a hard.
Let me see if I can find that shit. That was a hard caption. Let me see. I want to make sure I get it. He's like stepped out, but stepped everywhere.
Yeah, stepped out, but stepped everywhere. Yeah.
Talk your shit, man. Yeah. Talk your shit.
I'm mad at that.
But yeah, man. That Gangsta Girls album supposed to drop when?
The next couple of weeks. It's supposed to be coming soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. So is that supposed to be like an album? Because the Tyler album with drama on it was an album.
Yeah. It's supposed to be an album.
Okay.
Tyler shit was just he added on to his last album.
No, but I'm saying, drama was on the original one too.
Though. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like
he just added more tracks.
Yeah,
to
that's when the new shit. I was like, is this a completely new album?
He tricked niggas because he changed the album cover.
Yeah,
my
I was about
nigga.
to say, bro, what is this?
It's the same album for 2021.
It's the same album. I thought it was some new shit. Like
because of the album cover.
The video.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, he's dropping some new shit.
No, it's about 4 new tracks on that shit.
I ain't tripping, bro. Niggas, that deluxe shit is the new finesse too, but
And then he come with it 2 years later.
Nigga, you already won a Grammy off that. Hey, I'm mad at it though. Step on your own work, bro.
That's how I feel, man. But Drama been killing, so he said he got about like 5 more albums coming this year alone.
Yeah, he just had his birthday this past weekend too. So shout out to Drama. Man.
Shout out to Drama, man. Legend in the game, doing this thing. So we definitely gonna see. I feel like this has been a slow year for music, man. I want to talk about that. What you think? I think this has honestly been the slowest year for music in over a decade, my nigga.
You feel like that?
100%. I was thinking about this yesterday. I'm like, I think this has been the slowest year for music in over a decade. I can't remember the last year where music was probably this slow to start a year. Maybe 06.
You feel like it's slow due to like the lack of big name releases, or?
Yeah. That and like just overall, like Drama's been dropping. You had a couple of R&B artists. I mean, but like, is the names, like let's think about it. Like, who's really been hot over the last 4 or 5 years? None of them had dropped. It's been a real, and I always give January and February a pass because you usually don't drop around January, February. But my nigga, March, April, like especially when I be looking at the anniversaries for certain albums, like that Ox beat dropping on Twitter. It's like my nigga, like it's been a slow start to the fucking year as far as dropping music.
Maybe it might be different. You know, summertime coming, they might start rolling out them summer songs. I know Summer Walker about to drop an album though, right?
I don't know.
She got that Soft Life album about to drop. So summer coming. I don't know, man. Besides summer, like I think that's about it as far as like big names. Like, but you know, Currency dropped, Larry June dropped so far this year. Who else dropped like big names though? Like
that's what I'm saying. Like it's kind of been slow, my nigga.
We might just be in a little reset era. You never know.
It might just be a reset year. That's what I'm saying. But I felt like it's been slow. Like I can't think of a last year was really this slow as far as music to start out the year.
I honestly feel like I had enough time to go back and listen to a bunch of different shit more than anything. So like, you might be right though. Like with the lack of releases,
it's been kind of slow, my nigga. Like think about even on the pod, we ain't really been talking about new releases like that to start this year.
I mean, it ain't really been too much besides like how you say the Currency album came out. Larry dropped, but I don't think I was here to talk about that one. Chloe had dropped, but you know we all know what happened with Chloe album. That's really been it for the year though. Like so far.
Yeah. It's just been kind of slow.
Like notable names. Like you get what I'm saying? Like
it's been slow. I'm waiting for somebody to drop, man, because it's been slow as fuck. It's been very slow, my nigga. I think a lot of them either probably focus on touring too. That could be it. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people are focused on touring. Like this, like the year, like a lot of people has been touring. Like it's probably like 4 or 5 like shows that I'd probably want to catch what's going on right now. Like tours. So yeah, you definitely right.
Pandemic 3 years later, still trying to make it for that pandemic.
A lot of people getting that shit back, bro.
Like Lil Baby.
Lil Baby on tour, yeah. He just came off tour and he's going on his own tour.
Like last year was a good year for fucking music. 2021, good year for music. 2020, even with the pandemic, like, but 2023 has kind of been a slow, unless they building up like you say to the summer and the fall, but it's been slow as hell for fucking music.
I think it'll pick up like I said, like summer fall time. I think it'll pick up. We'll definitely know. If we had this conversation again in December, it'll definitely be a different conversation. You got Beyonce tour ain't start yet. Yeah, it's about to be some shit going on.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I just wanted to throw that nugget out there because this definitely has been noticeable. Like, bro, it's been kind of slow for fucking music. Like, niggas ain't really been talking about shit on the TL like that as far as the
Swiss
music.
Beats has dropped that EP, but I ain't like none of them beats.
See, hold on. I got some beef with Swiss because I ain't like how he promo that track and all he did was use whole voice for a fucking hook.
He knew what he did.
That's just Wayne on that record. And Wayne did his thing on that record, but I thought I was getting a whole verse in a Wayne verse.
That's the way he put that out there was like that, he had both of them on the track. But he played a little tricky game.
You got me on that one, Swiss. You got me on that one.
So I'm listening to it, I'm like, okay, where the whole verse? I'm looking at Wayne. I'm looking at how to
you watch it countdown.
I'm like, Hove's not on the song, bro. Like, where are you fitting Hove at right here? Oh, there's a sample playing. That's Hove. Okay.
Oh shit.
That's nasty to do that though.
Word. He knew what he was doing with that promo clip.
Nasty.
I said, okay.
That's nasty.
You got me on that one. You won't get me again though.
Did you listen to that whole EP though?
I did. I wasn't feeling it that much.
I ain't feeling that.
Production was kind of lackluster.
Yeah. Swiss, I don't know. Them beats ain't really been hitting like that for me. This nigga B-Dot says Swiss making Cassidy beats.
That nigga is crazy, bro.
Yeah, shout out B-Dot. That's a crazy dude, bro.
So man, is Jonathan Majors on a Jeremy Lin run? Like, we gotta talk about it, man. Like, Jonathan Majors may be on a Jeremy Lin run. Like,
wow,
in and out quick. I don't think I ever seen it. I haven't seen this like this for an actor. Have we seen this for an actor?
Could he be
an up and coming actor?
Could he be the Mace of acting? He left before he got hot.
No, Mace was hot.
This nigga nigga was hot. This nigga Jonathan Majors hot now.
No, you said left before he was hot.
Oh, okay. Nah,
You mean just ain't maintain the momentum?
Yeah,
You can say that. Yeah, you
So
can
you
say
gotta
that.
think-
Except Masons went ahead and he
gotta
bowed out.
think they was-
Jonathan ain't bowing out.
You gotta think when Quantum Mania first came out. No, because Quantum Mania came out before Creed, so they was already announcing like his next 3 to 4 movies in the pipeline.
Because you got to think he was
It
in
was-
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
That was an introduction
he was
to
in,
the
he was in Loki.
No, that was Loki. Yeah, it
was
was
in
Loki.
Loki.
My bad. Yeah,
So-
that was the introduction to what he got going on now.
So you gotta think when Quantum Mania first came out, you gotta think they had announced the Dennis Rodman movie that he was supposed to be in. They had announced like 3 other movies.
Hear about that.
And then Creed came out, and then all this shit happened.
Is he even tall enough to play Dennis Rodman?
Nah, but you know they'll play them camera games. They was gonna play the camera games with him.
Then you got to think his introduction was Lovecraft Country. He was on the Five Bloods.
Mm-hmm.
I had forgot about that
was
too.
on
He didn't
Five
have a big
Bloods.
role, but he was Dog's son in
was
that
in the
movie.
movie. He was in the
Yeah,
movie.
and then Harder They Fall.
Harder They Fall.
Dog was on a smooth run, my nigga. And Harder They Fall came out 2021. You believe that shit?
Yeah. I'm saying like he was putting together some key shit, and then it's like you just shoot yourself in the foot like that.
This shit is serious though, man.
No, this
It's
shit is
like
serious.
more victims come out. I still think about that tweet that came out when all this shit first happened about, somebody talking about this actor who's hot right now who just they didn't put a name to it, but I don't know, man. Then he was dropped by his management company and his team. Like
they must know something we don't.
they gotta know something. I mean, Marvel hasn't said anything,
Marvel
but
ain't said nothing. But
this is looking scary for him, man.
I did see some rumors about them like trying to recast Kane. So if that
Who would they
happens-
get though? Man, might as well
I
get
saw-
Michael B. Jordan, man. Go ahead and get that nigga, man. Just go ahead and throw Michael in that shit.
Nah, they can't put Michael as Kang. He's not Kang, bruh. He's not.
Go ahead, he was Killmonger.
He's Killmonger.
You don't think he could do that role?
Cause Kang supposed to be like a cold nigga. Killmonger was cold, but Kang supposed to be like one of them. Kang supposed to be like a Doctor Doom type nigga, like a Thanos type nigga. Like Killmonger was cool, like you know what I'm saying. But that was a different level. I know, Mike, man. I think bro done, bro. I think bro might be done out here.
It's looking that
I think
way.
he might be done, bro.
Now, if he don't, I won't be surprised if he's not done. But it is looking that way.
Nah, he might.
Especially if these victims get on what did they get on, like ABC or something like that? NBC, CBS.
If we see the Good Morning America tweet breaking, we have some Jonathan Majors, survivors. It's over. It's over with.
Over under 5 women.
Especially
5 white women.
If Gail doing his interviews, it's over.
Over under 5 white women.
Shit, we already seen how he was rocking, so I'm gonna go over.
You gonna go over?
I'm going.
You gonna bet the over?
I'm betting. I'm putting a house on it.
And I'm not laughing at the victims. I'm not laughing at the
We
victims.
just
I'm just
laughing
saying
at the over
who he
under
deal
white
with.
women.
Yeah. Who he dealing with. But I don't know. He might be cooked if he's on if that Good Morning clip drop. If that Good Morning America clip drop, he's cooked.
Gail doing them Good Morning America interviews with the surviving Jonathan Majors, it is over. He don't come from under that. He might as well go teach acting classes somewhere. It's over. It's over with, man. Grand opening, grand closing.
I mean, it's dog was seriously on a run,
He was on a run.
and then all of a sudden that shit just came to a complete halt.
That's how that
Boom.
shit. That's how that shit be,
I think
man.
he's guilty anyway, though.
Hey, man.
I could be wrong. You know, people was getting on Tiffany Hash because that video dropped of the girl who's still in the club after they said the incident. Oh, how you still in the club? Like, my nigga, like, that don't really mean nothing. That don't mean shit.
This shit here different, though.
And Tiffany Haddish, she need to tread lightly.
Yeah, like
You better
I don't
shut the
even
fuck
know-
up.
I don't even know why.
First of all, you can't even talk to nobody after your last shit.
Yeah, you
making pedo skits.
Yeah, you on some pedo shit. Like Why are you even talking to us?
Yeah, you can't even talk.
Don't
She can't
talk
talk.
to us, bro.
Yeah, she can't talk.
Where's your stand up? I've been getting my Cat Williams bag.
Once you start doing shit like that, my nigga, it's like, first of all, I wasn't even a fan of her like that.
I never
Anyway,
was.
she was never funny to me. But When you say somebody not funny and they black
she was the favorite.
you hating.
She was the favorite at the time, so it was against the law to speak on her. That's why he was trying to get at Cat Williams. Like, he just didn't win an Emmy before he spoke on her.
Bro, I realized when it come to comedy, bro, that shit kind of like rap. You can't say certain people is not funny to you. Like, you can't say it. Like, at that time, you couldn't say Kevin Hart wasn't funny.
Yeah.
Even though there's a lot of people who feel like Kevin Hart ain't funny, but why? If they black, I'm gonna say, nah. Well, this is comedy, my nigga.
Some of it do be hate, but some of it you can't have an honest opinion.
Bro, my honest opinion about Tiffany Haddish is she's not funny. I don't give a fuck about Tiffany Haddish. I don't know her, and not when I say I don't give a fuck about her, like I want to see her die or something like that. But no, I don't care about her that much to purposely say like I don't even talk about her like that. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? The only time I talk about Tiffany Haddish when some shit came up like this. Other than that, I only had one opinion about her and she wasn't funny to me. That's it. Kevin Hart never really was that funny.
We going off history too, like, you know, we just can't lie. So like when we say, hey, she not funny, I got years of not seeing really no stand-up material from her. Then if I'm going off like whatever skit she got,
she's just corny to me.
They don't hit. And then it's like, then the pedo shit happened. I'm like, okay, this is what she was resorting to because she's just not funny. That's how it come off to me. So it's like, you know, that's how I look at it. There's no rewriting history with her because the history is on our side. You know what I'm saying? It's like, we can't rewrite history with all these comedians, but it just comes down to personal preference.
It do come down to preference at the end of the day. That's what I charge it to. A lot of shit just come down to preference, bro. I'm not a big Dave Chappelle fan, bro. I'm not. Like, Dave is cool, but he never really moved me like that. But I salute Dave for everything that he put in place.
He's not funny to a lot of people. You know
I can't say that because a lot of people find him funny.
A lot of people are fans. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Like, that would kind of be a lie. Like, he has a huge fan. He's funny to a lot of people. So it's like.
But anytime you disrespect Bernie Mac, I'm joining that train now.
Oh yeah. You're getting lynched.
That was a legendary thread one day. Yeah. I think them quotes reached like 20K.
She was tripping.
She
got packed up quick, but
because she asked a dumbass question off rip, like, whoever found Bernie Mac funny? What?
Bitch, everybody found Bernie Mac funny. Like, what are you talking about?
Talking about the GOAT, nigga. Watch your mouth.
Yeah. If he was alive, he would probably be like the undisputed GOAT now.
Him and Patrice.
Like, they would have been like them guys.
Legends, man. Real talk. Yeah, Tiffany, just keep your mouth shut on that Jonathan Major shit. Like, yeah, you can't speak on that. But Jonathan, yeah, he's going. Yeah, this is looking ugly for that nigga, bro.
Yeah, it's looking bad.
It's like
that brother in trouble.
Telling you, man, Jeremy Lin type vibes, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's done.
I think it's over with for him, Drew.
And if he do come back, it's gonna be a slow build again.
It's gonna be. When I say slow, I mean like he in trouble slow. Like, that nigga might, like I said it's cold. He might be on Money and Violence type slow. Like,
Umar funny because he think he getting played.
I don't know Umar, man. I know Umar. You know, if I may speak, Umar, I don't think so.
No, I don't think he getting played on this one, my nigga. Sorry, but hey, man, this is not over though.
No,
this Jonathan Major shit is not over.
We ain't get to the nitty gritty of that shit yet. Like,
it's not.
They didn't even know details come out yet.
So, man, we got to get to it, man. Snowfall season finale happened last Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Let me start out by saying salute to y'all for 6 seasons. Most of them I thoroughly enjoyed, but y'all fucked me on these last 2 episodes, man. Y'all did. Y'all fucked me on these last 2 episodes. I
like the last episode better than the one before the last.
I mean, I don't really got too much to say, my nigga. It's like that writing on these last 2 episodes left me more disappointed than Power season 6. Mm-hmm. It really did. I think for the build up of Franklin's character, realistically, he should have been dead or locked up. I'm just speaking about how they built up his character in the show. For Leon to walk away unscathed, stop it. For his mama to end up the way that she did, I can't get with it. KGB agent, I mean, yeah. You deserve that, my nigga. You had to see that coming. That scene was funny as fuck, though. Mm-hmm. The way he was screaming and crying. Them boys came out. As soon as Franklin pulled off about 10 feet, them boy came, scooped that body up. Quick, you're done. You're nowhere to be found. But other than that, man, I mean, it definitely dropped out my top 5 shows. It did. It dropped out my top 5.
Off of the ending?
100%.
I mean, essentially, to me, in my opinion,
For how it ended, yeah. A show can do that. For me, you can't. If people are willing to tell, I think I'm warranted. If people could tell me, Mike, don't even waste your time watching Game of Thrones, I can feel the same way about Snowfall, bro.
I get you on that point because I definitely feel like, hey, don't watch Game of Thrones. I definitely feel like that.
And more than 5 people had told me, don't even waste your time watching Game of Thrones because it
I
built up
yeah,
great for it to have an ending like that.
Game of Thrones was greatness, and for it to end how it ended, I'm like, nah. But I'll say this though, like the writing, I do agree with you. Like the writing did kind of take a leap. I didn't like. No, it didn't. It regressed. I like the last episode better than the one before the last. That was kind of written terribly. But like the ending, like saying like how Franklin should be either dead or locked up. Like essentially he is dead though. Like you know what I'm saying. Like he's his dad. Like he was his dad when his dad was fucked up, strung out. Like he hated that.
I don't like that full circle moment. But go ahead.
I mean go ahead. Shit like that. I mean like that shit. That's real. Like you know what I'm saying. That should be happening. Like
to me, it's not realistic. Not for the show. Not for the show.
Well, we called it last show of the dynamic of what took place with Sissy. You know, what direction they were trying to make the shit go. Well, that was a speculation. I didn't see this shit happening how the fuck it happened. I didn't think that, you know, I mean, I knew what I felt last week, and I feel like it's still valid as hell that she did this shit to protect her son. Like the motherly instinct, the motherly trait of the black household. This is what she's supposed to do. That's why she had no words for the man. You know what I'm saying? He did all the fuck you and fuck this and fuck all that shit. You ruined my life and all of this shit.
Warranted.
And she had nothing to say.
I mean, she's fucked up for that.
In her mind, there was nothing else to talk about.
Nah, facts. She did what she had to do. Okay, again, Mike. For her in the aspect of Sissy, this is how it played out for her. But also in the same breath, it was like, okay, this is my son. This is what I have to do to protect my son from himself. You know what I mean? And I get it. It's a fucked up way to end the fucking movie. It's not movie, a series, but it's still one of those things like
when I saw.
So why is it fucked up to end the series like that?
Because of what we was expecting, I feel, but also like
because it wasn't realistic, right?
I mean, it's realistic, honestly.
It's realistic, just not what people expected.
Not what people wanted it to
be. People
be.
wanted Franklin to get back into G4 private and be
even like Blue Magic. Like the ending of Blue Magic to me wasn't.
I never seen that.
Okay, well, for that ending for me wasn't.
We talking about American Gangster?
Yeah, okay, yeah. It wasn't.
Oh, that ending is realistic. American Gangster with Denzel?
I didn't like the ending. I felt like it could have been.
But that's what happened, though, in real life.
I get it, Mike. But at the end of the day, I felt like it could have been a way different way of how they could have ended the shit. There's many of ways how you can end the actual show or a series. But everybody was expecting him to get his money. That's everybody expecting.
That was one of them. But there was 2 other ones.
Everybody was expecting for him to be the father of his child, to be in,
opposite of his dad.
100%. And did not happen that way. So the unexpected ending is what they end up ultimately
I
going
get it
with.
for a TV aspect of that.
But
the full circle, remember, we love these shows because of the realism aspect. I think the realism aspect makes up over 50% of it.
And I get
so
that.
I can't get with the Sissy and Leon dynamic. To me, that's not realistic. And I get people saying, well, this is how a lot of OGs. I love when niggas say that because, bro, there's context to be had with this show, especially when you're talking about somebody who made $73 million. You don't know like when we think about certain guys, yeah, we know them, but let's be realistic. These niggas wasn't making millions. And their story is usually what? I'm speaking to the usual consensus. They fucked up their money. That usually be why people end up where they at. They fucked up their money. It wasn't because they was M's up. They mama didn't want to help them. They homeboy didn't want to help them. That they saved multiple times. That's why saying that shit is not realistic. That's not a realistic ending for that show in the storyline. It's not realistic for it to end the way that it did. Then for him to still be Leon's friend, after all, he's a whole ass nigga. There's no way you can tell me that you would still be friends with somebody after that. I don't believe you if you're telling me that.
That shit, I'm not saying I would be friends, but I'm saying that shit do be happening. And like knowing that it is loosely based off Rick Ross. Rick Ross was up $100 million, lost it all. He don't got $100 million no more. He ain't an alcoholic. He ain't like, he's still trying to get his life back, like, something like that. But he was a Franklin. That kind of,
That ain't the.
We don't know the exact details of how he lost the bread. Like, he was working with the CIA. Like, this shit is kind of loosely like, it is kind of like that. Sometimes people take bread from you in that shit. That is like that. Like, that happens. People that you help get to certain points, they might not extend that same branch to you. That shit do be happening. Like, I feel like the last episode was exactly the other side of the coin, as far as like you do got some dope boys who get out this shit. They able to get their bread and ride off to the sunset, fly off to the sunset. But it's a lot of dope boys who don't get that shit.
100% agree.
That's just. I mean, it sucks that it happened to Franklin. We spent 6 years.
It's not so much about Franklin for me. It's the storyline of the show.
I mean, that shit. So what you mean, like, as far as I'm like having all the properties, having like everything in order for him to not be like that?
What I've been seeing is everybody keep talking about how Franklin greed. I don't look at it like that. Like, I really watch this show, and when I watch shows, I really watch them, and I understand the dynamic of these characters. So I think like it's crazy because I don't see how people don't see like that. But like, it's like when I used to talk about Wendy Bird, how I always say Wendy Bird got one of the best character developments in TV show history. People are like, what? I hate it. No, but you really look at her character development. When you look at the buildup of Leon, Franklin, Sissy, for it to end up like that, I'm not saying that she wasn't able to be fed up. But this notion that she did it for Franklin is some bullshit. That was all selfish. She wanted to feel good. She wanted to get a one-up. It had nothing to do with protecting Franklin, because if it was, it's like my nigga, right? Like, think about to where we just had this conversation. Matter of fact, like, you having an argument with your mom when you was a child or a teenager or something like that. You wanted something, right? Because I had this one before. Let's say you end up getting something that spurned off an argument, and you get it, and the part of you feel like, bro, was that shit even worth the fucking argument? You see what I'm saying? Like, sometimes your parents let you have certain things to make you see, like, damn, like, that shit was. I think had Franklin had got that money, or she was able to sign over to that, I think, yeah, he could have had that, but he wouldn't have had his mom no more. This is just me speaking how I would have written that. Because it's like when they had the conversation in the warehouse about like, yo, like, you good? Like, if we don't talk no more after this? And he was like, yeah. So I felt like at that point, okay, I'm going to just go out there and make sure they don't kill you. You killing Teddy ain't had nothing to do with protecting Franklin. Like, he said, like, bro, you ruined my life, my nigga. After everything that and fact is facts, he did a lot for her. And yes, Mo, it might be a time where that person might not extend that same hand to you, but for it to be that level of degree, to me, that shit it took away the realism. I'm not saying that she had to sign over the house or anything, like, for how they built up. I think, again, she should have killed him after the fact, after that shit was done, because if you really care about him, if you let him be, then you would let him be. To me, that was just, you wanted to feel good. That had nothing to do with she trying to make it seem like she a martyr. She's not a martyr. By no means is she a martyr. Especially after the conversation her and Leon was having. My nigga, she was literally talking to Leon like he was way better than Franklin. Leon ain't that much. He ain't nowhere near better than Franklin.
So what's your gripe with Leon then?
How can you be complaining about having a plug and then your man's come to you about some money for some property, my nigga? You literally was just talking. Then you're gonna say, "Oh, this is blood money. If I could give it to you, I would." Then give it to him. You was just complaining to your crew less than 5 seconds before he came in about needing a new plug.
How much money he asked Leon for again?
He said he had $3 million. He asked for. He ain't had to give him all the $3 million. You could have get the man something, bruh. Get a man something.
Wasn't he already? But Franklin already
he was already 500,000 in the hole.
Yeah, but more things hadn't transpired since then.
I get all that.
I get
People
it.
act like as if Franklin was taking the money. If I'm Leon in this situation, I'm not giving my friend that money if he's going to get strung out more on drugs.
But wasn't he already kind of like or fucked up when
he was on edge? I get it. Yes, he was on edge, but he wasn't a fiend. He wasn't like he was a fucking dope fiend. He was down to his last, my nigga. He was trying to keep his properties alive.
Man,
it wasn't like this nigga was going to cop more drugs. Like I think people really are confusing Franklin's character. Again, Franklin never wanted to be a drug lord for the rest of his life. He never wanted to be that.
I understand that, but at that point, like, if I'm Franklin, bro, I would have sold the properties. I would have just sold them shits. Cause you're not gonna have everything, bro. Like sometimes you gotta count your losses, bro. Franklin should have just sold the properties.
That's that pride. I agree.
That was like, and you just gotta do what you gotta do.
People say Leon didn't owe him nothing. I disagree. And I'm speaking from an aspect of, no, you don't owe anybody anything. I stand on that. People know you owe your friends respect. And I'm never going to say when it comes to certain things, your friends owe you anything. But for Leon, for what Franklin did, you couldn't give that man something, my nigga. He could have easily handed you over to Scully. Easily. And a part of Franklin, what hurt him in the end was one of his best traits. And that was that he was just so real. Because he always was making up for people's fucking mistakes. And he never really put his foot down like how he was supposed to. Because of the love that he had for his people. That's why when I want people to pay attention to this, if you go back and look. When Wanda asked Leon, are you worried about Franklin coming back to come at you? Nah. He didn't have no fear of that nigga coming back and doing nothing to him. That's why he felt comfortable coming up to him at the end of the show too. Pulling up on that man, knowing that you denied him money that he really needed. Like, I feel like in that situation, my nigga, like, especially if I know he has something going on outside of the drugs, I would have helped that man out.
I kind of feel that too. But
so you wouldn't have gave him the money
because, like, all right, even like in that conversation is like, bro, like, it's still levels to shit, bro. Like, yeah, he did a lot for him, but the dynamic changed now. Like, essentially he's still trying to big dog Leon at the end of the day. Like yeah, he's still trying to demand shit from a position of power that he didn't have no more. Like, I feel like it's a self-awareness that come with this shit too. And that's why I've been saying, like, he could have, at the end of the day, he could have counted his losses, sold his own properties, and just try to sustain off of that. You know, like, yeah.
But it's a sense of moral high ground that Leon
I get that,
was
but
on, bro.
we talking about the dope game. It ain't too much morals in this shit,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. Leon shouldn't have been talking like that. How can you even talk like that? Oh, this is blood money. My nigga, you just talking about how you need a new plug. And then when Leon and Sissy was having a conversation, yeah, I want you to keep the shelter running. How you think the shelter gonna keep getting ran? That's off the heels. The foundation is all drug money, Mo. That's my biggest. All of the foundation is drug money. Yeah. So it's no need for them to kind of I felt like they was kind of trying to big dog him as from a moral standpoint. Nobody can big dog Franklin from a moral standpoint on that show. Nobody.
But that just lets you know, like, in every like, when you dealing with shit like that, bro, everybody got their own motives, bro. It don't matter how cool you is, how family you is. When you dealing in that type of shit, when you got like how D'Angelo got that song Devil's Pie, when everybody got their own slice, bro, that's everybody got their own motives and how they think the shit gotta go when they get to their point. I get what you're saying. Like, I'm not gonna deny that, but the realism comes from that aspect for me. Like, everybody true intentions gonna show.
So regardless of what you felt like should have went on, everybody just had their own motives at the end of the day.
I mean, because, all right, from going off the show, if it was going to end a certain way, it was going to either end, like you say, Franklin dying, Franklin in jail. I didn't expect this, but I understand it.
I understand it now because they keep talking about how they going back to episode 1 when he pulled up on his daddy. He was an alcoholic and homeless. I get it. Like, but for Alton to be the parallel to me is whack. It's whack writing. That shit is whack as fuck. To me, he didn't hold that much weight in the show.
No, he didn't. He should have been a more significant character.
If you're gonna do a full circle moment, that's my thing.
If he was gonna be the full circle, he should have had a way more significant role.
Yeah,
because him being introduced, like the first the first few times he's introduced, it was kind of like he was like a runoff character almost. So if he was the full circle nigga this whole time, to me, he should have been like a more significant player in the whole story, the whole overline, the whole outline of the story. But I understand shit like that happens, bro. Like you in this shit, bro. Like anything liable to happen, bro. Anything. So it's like, I mean, to me, Franklin should have either died. He could have either died or he could have been in jail, not Sissy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if he went to jail for killing Teddy? Would that have been more realistic?
Yeah.
If he end up getting killed,
because he's over the top for $73 million.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Franklin not never once killed Teddy because he know he needed that money. That's the shit that I'm talking about.
But
so regardless of everything that he did, he still never killed that man because he know he needed that money. That's a sense of balance.
So even if he got the bread back, I feel like Teddy still would have he would have got killed either way.
I mean, yeah, that happens all the time. Yeah, that ain't no promise now. Just because I got my money don't mean I'm a kill you.
And wasn't he not even gonna get the whole?
He could have killed him because of his daddy, but he never gave a fuck about his daddy.
He didn't give a fuck about that man. See, that's what I'm saying. Everybody got their own motives. Like at the end of the day, bro, that's still your dad. So you wasn't gonna do nothing for your dad. You could have had any type of feelings of however about your dad. But you was just cool with this white man killing your dad like that. Like,
I don't think he was ever cool with it though.
I mean,
you seen Franklin's demeanor ever since he found out about that shit, bro.
I understand,
but he carried business though.
I understand that, but everybody, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's the layers to the shit. Everybody don't have the same mindset. Franklin business, we don't know what Franklin might have did after he got the bread back. He might have had something cooked up for Teddy. You never know. But at the end of the day, everybody not gonna be on the same plane as far as having the same mindset. You understand? Like, I don't know. Like
he told her, you couldn't wait 10 more seconds. That's just my thing, bro.
But he wasn't getting the whole 73 back, right?
He was getting 37.
Getting 37. That's more than enough to, you know, but at the end of the day, bro, Brusto had a portfolio of properties he could have got rid of. He could have sold the bulk of the properties and just ran one property.
From the realistic aspect, the two people that I see fucking Franklin over was his baby mama and Teddy. I don't see. Yes, family can fuck you over. But the way they wrote Sissy and Leon fucking him over, I don't see that as realistic, bro. I'm sorry. Then for you to still be friends with him after all of that, why does Leon get to walk away unscathed in this shit? That's my thing. How does he walk away realistically from this shit? Like, I feel like he got the Tariq Teflon package.
Because they changed the dynamic of Leon.
They really did, though.
They changed.
He should have been dead.
Well, they didn't. They didn't kill him. And that's because they wanted to change all the drug, all the negative shit to something positive, to bring some type of positivity out of the darkness. That came through Leon, that came through Sissy. That's the only reason why these niggas escaped the whole and Wanda. Wanda's for the spinoff for Wanda, like Mo was saying. She's doing A&R now.
It'll be
that's the rumors, yeah.
It'll be centered around having a record label.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But to birth something out of darkness is where they went with Leon. He went to Africa.
Self-realization.
Like Franklin said, yo, going and coming. Like, come on, bro. Like, he was able to dictate. It seemed like he was just able to maneuver through shit in an unrealistic aspect, bro. Like, he was able to come and go as he pleased. And to, like, bro, a lot of times you don't get to do no shit like that, bro. Like, you don't get to go, leave, come back, get your projects back. Oh, no, bro. No.
But that's how you know this is all a show.
That too. Yeah. But like I'm saying, I'm speaking to why we love the shows the way that we love them because of the realism aspect. Now, some shows are 100% fictional that we love, like Stranger Things. I'm not going to compare Stranger Things to Snowfall. You see what I'm saying? Because that's fictional, but we love that show for a reason. But when you have certain shows that have a realism aspect to it, I'm gonna always highlight it.
And I get that. I get that one, and I'm the same way. But I also have to always remember that the show's going to play out for drama or change for whatever reason because it's the dynamic of shows. That's just what they want to put out.
Yeah,
I understand that, but I have a reason to have a gripe with it, like I did with Power.
I mean, that's your right, bruv. But I take shit for its whole entity. I take it for whatever the writer chooses to do because this is their show. But I don't hate how it ends.
Oh yeah, I hated how it ended.
Like I just don't. I Franklin becoming a junkie and all of that shit. but also at the end of even throughout that, he said that he's free. He feels that he's free. You see what I'm saying? But in that aspect, look at what Franklin went through. So for what he wants to say is freedom,
he alive.
That's cool.
This shit ending death in jail. He alive. He's
To
not
me,
rich.
dead.
Yeah, he's dead to a degree, but he's alive. You know what I'm saying? He feel like you say, he feel free.
Mm-hmm.
He don't got to look over his shoulder no more.
and we talked about how Franklin even changed into he went into a very dark state of even saying that he's the devil. You know what I mean? So for him to escape the darkness, literally, you see what I'm saying?
But he kind of dealt that even the first time he got shot. When old girl shot him up, like he was like, between heaven and hell, kind of like we don't, he been dealing with that up and down the whole series.
100%. But for him to say that he feels free and this is what freedom looks like for him, he doesn't. I mean, damn, his shorty ran off with a 800K. 800K. You know what I'm saying?
Stolen.
Like, which we talked about also, like
that's realistic though.
Yeah, we.
So I'm not even mad at that.
She had the tendency. It showed. With her mother where the dynamic of.
And when he put his hands around her neck,
that was it.
But
that was a choice. You see what I'm saying? He went to the uncle status of like, bitch, you got me fucked up. I'll put my hands on you, and you better bow down to me. Like Louis,
he resorted to what he thought was power.
100%. Where he felt like he had control. But ultimately, the dynamic showed that Franklin never had control. And Teddy said
in the end, it showed that he never had control.
He never had control.
Because
so
I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm not trusting an agent with $73 million, bro.
I don't think he trusted him.
The moment he put that money in that account, that's trust.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
trust.
But
bro.
he felt like that was his personal account. It's no different from somebody been like, hey, yo, you what bank you bank with down here? Somebody, I go to South Carolina Federal. Matter of fact, I'll go up there with you tomorrow. I know such and such. And you just walk them in there. And then you handle the, this such and such. That's how it was on the show. Franklin didn't think that he had access to his accounts, but he's a CIA agent who's very smart.
But that's how you show the lack of knowledge in Franklin. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That showed throughout because the whole show showed you that what we thought was a smart nigga, he really wasn't a smart nigga.
You let a CIA agent set up your bank account?
You see what I'm saying?
You let a CIA agent
who willingly knew.
But he didn't set up his bank account though.
But Mike, it doesn't matter. He knew who he was in bed with. You know what I'm saying? So when you know that you're dealing with the devil, you set yourself apart. Like any fucking St. Patrick ass nigga, dog. This nigga even set up accounts away from getting away from
whole
people.
Accounts,
stashes, all kind of stuff to set himself apart, knowing that he's dealing with the devil, knowing that he's having to do plays that he shouldn't be able to have to do, but he's still able to do.
Come on, Ghost.
Yeah, still able to do whatever he needed to do to set himself apart from what's the old white man who was trying to blackmail him and.
The one with the club who owned the club. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? He was able to.
He was always protected from
100%.
He definitely was.
You see what I'm saying? And I feel like it was kind of like the same. I only use that aspect because it was the same kind of aspect.
No, it definitely was. It definitely was.
It came in like I'm gonna own you, blackmail you. And
then when it's here, like.
But the agenda always been black versus white. You see what I'm saying? And it's always still, even in this light, if you still look at it, like he looked at Franklin as a poor black nigga.
I know I can get him to do this. I see his circumstances.
100%.
I'm gonna use it against him.
100%. And he knew that. No matter, he's a smart kid, but he ain't smart enough.
He's smart, but he ain't smart enough.
Right.
Yeah, he gonna trust me to a certain degree.
He's street smart, and he can punch numbers. He can do this. He can do that. But when it comes to this real life
Franklin
shit,
wasn't really street smart. Like he was more book smart, but he just wasn't that book smart.
Yeah.
See, Leon, them boys was the street smarts. They polished him up. You know what I'm saying? By season 3 going into 4, then bro was like, hey, I'm kind of like that now.
And the project throwing hands, all that.
Yeah.
I don't think Leon was street smart one bit.
He was more street smart.
I think all his. I don't think so. I think all his decisions were based off emotion, and he was able to live because of Franklin.
Well,
everything that Leon did was based off of emotion.
That's
Everything.
I mean, that's true.
The only reason why he kept shit in, the only reason why he was able to move the way he did, because Franklin checked him. He checked him in the car, because what he was doing, he wanted to go sail on fucking Manboy Strip because why? He felt like he run shit. My nigga, you in your feelings. Wanda, he wanted to get so. Why he wanted? Because you're in your feelings. Then you go, you do a drive like you supposed to be waiting out looking at Scully house. You do a shootout in the middle of the fucking day, right? Like, we all remember the scene when he shot the car up. You don't shoot the girl. You already done killed the little girl, but you don't shoot the baby mama.
Yeah.
Like, everything that Leon did was based off, like, he was not street smart at all. So I look at it completely different.
But see, he's street smart, but he has a soul. It's a difference. It's a difference, bro. Like, clearly, if you show remorse, what you mean?
No.
He didn't show remorse? That's not showing remorse.
We're talking about street smarts.
But
you're talking about something different.
No, I'm not. It all ties together, Mike. Because at the end of the day, yes, the street smart, the intellect of who Leon we thought really was, but till they broke the nigga down to really show who Leon really was, he's not that nigga. He really gives a fuck. See what I'm saying? For that nigga for the roles that he was supposed to play, he was supposed to have this killer instinct to always be knock off niggas or do whatever the fuck we're wanting him to do.
Yeah.
But the nigga had a fucking mind of his own. He still had the thought of, maybe I shouldn't do this. And that's somebody who has a soul. That's what I'm saying. If the nigga doesn't want to offer nigga, then that's fine. Mm-hmm. That's totally fine. But that's his self telling him, hey, I don't need to do this shit. He didn't want to do this shit. He wanted to show remorse to Wanda. He cared about Wanda. That's a person.
Yeah, Scully had remorse. He changed.
He changed too, and that's what I'm saying. The whole show showed change. It showed change. It showed countless characters, main characters at sometimes, showing that they have a fucking soul. It's not always dark. It's not always black and white when it comes to, killing or having to do an act of violence. It still showed the dynamic of the humans. The humans are able to make change. Humans are able to be like, I don't want to do that.
I'm just talking about the transition of it.
I get it. But
the transition of the change is what I have a beef with.
But it changed.
The transition was fucking shitty,
it changed after the wedding, though. This is when all this shit happened. When everybody had that trip off of fucking LSD.
It happened before then for Scully. And it happened before then for Leon, too.
But when the big shift of everybody.
The big shift was that, though.
The wedding.
Yeah.
Because niggas are tapped out.
I think the only one who had a realistic transition was Jerome.
Not Franklin.
Because it was a slow build for Jerome. Jerome slowly. It wasn't a complete 180 within one episode. No, it was a slow build for Jerome.
Yeah.
That's how you do shit, especially for a main character. Like, Jerome really was the only one who had the realistic transition of change.
Well, I don't know. To me. The battle of Franklin versus Franklin was very telling to me. That there's a lot of insecurities in him. You see what I'm saying? Because that trip showed Franklin fighting Franklin. It showed a reflection of Franklin talking to Franklin. And Franklin inside him speaking very loudly compared to the Franklin that's present. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? The battle within self, bruv, is a bigger battle than what you can fight a nigga in the street. You can't beat yourself. And niggas battle themselves every single day.
Yeah, you got to come to terms with yourself.
You have to come to terms with yourself. And that was the dynamic that they showed. Franklin is weak as fuck, truly, because he's battling an inner battle, an inner war. You see what I'm saying? Like, the nigga's he's fighting a war within himself. Mm-hmm. And that war speared through everything that we saw.
All this is Louis' fault.
It's a lot of fucking things you can point.
And like I said, when you insert yourself in the game, I understand at the end of the day, you put yourself in this position. 100% agree. But when you have, like I said, every story don't got to end roses. I said that on Twitter. I didn't expect for it to end all roses and peaches and bubbles and right off in the G4 with the money. No, I had 3 realistic endings because I'm not the type of person who just going to complain about an ending and not have a resolution. Those are my 3 realistic endings. But, like, the whole cognitive really changed. It shifted when Louis went behind that man back on when she started feeling like she needed to do her own thing. Yeah. And sometimes you have family members who do that. But with Jerome, I appreciated his character development probably more than anybody because you saw it. You saw it in his body language. You saw it in the way certain conversations he had with Louis. Mm-hmm. When they went to Arkansas and they had a conversation, he's like, bro, like, why are we even here? Like, what more you want from this shit? What you want? All this is you just trying to establish a certain type of power.
She's trying to drop her nuts.
You see what I'm saying? Like, for what?
Because
Control.
she felt like she had sacrificed a lot when she got shot. Her getting shot was her claim to like, hey, I elevated within the ranks of this shit. And it don't work like that.
Yeah.
Especially when you already signed
You take
up.
what come with it. You don't get to move up.
You don't
because,
get to move
yeah,
up because
you got shot.
Just because you
She felt like she was owed something.
That's what I'm saying. She felt like she was owed a whole lot due to her getting shot. And that shit don't work like that. That's just not even, you get shot, my nigga. Like, you're going to get shot. You're going to get picked up to go to jail. You're going to get robbed. You're going to get pistol whipped sometimes. Shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I don't know. Shit did get dark for the family when that happened.
So you still got Snowfall ranked up there?
Hell no. It's not in my top 5. Hell no.
Okay.
Hell no. No.
It dropped out my top 5. It was up there.
It was up there, but I kind of been took it out my top 5 though, honestly.
He dropped. So now I got Ozark. It moved. Ozark took its spot. And I'm actually going back and watching Ozark. Just so I can feel good about a show again. That's all I was. But salute to them for the most part. I didn't really have a lot of beef with season 5 like a lot of people did. I really didn't. I felt like it really got back to his roots post the Tiger episode that everybody had a beef with. Season 6 was great.
Yeah.
Up until the last 2 episodes. It was great up until the last 2 episodes.
No, that episode before the last one really kind of blew me up.
It blew me out, bruh. And everybody know what blew them out is when the mama killed Teddy the way that she did him. I don't have a problem with. I have a big issues with the transition and the writing of certain things.
Yeah.
Like if the ending is ending if you write it correctly. If Franklin becomes a junkie alcoholic, cool. How does it come about though?
He lost his last chance to get any money.
Then the whole scene with with Peaches. You mean to tell this motherfucker was 25 miles away the whole time? 25 miles. This whole time. Spending damn near $4 million in drugs. Nobody had an ink on this nigga.
Showed the lack of
$12,000 was left.
The lack of street smarts.
And I don't even think that was $12,000.
That might have been 8.
He's thinking this nigga left the country. He's thinking bigger than what's right in front of you. And
but he had his
he
man
gave Peaches more credit than what he done really what it really
see
was.
what I'm saying?
He had the dude who turned on him also at the end. The nigga who was searching for people for him. He was searching for Peaches the whole time. This nigga 25 miles away.
Oh, the nigga was collecting the check. I'm not moving. Niggas. You know how niggas move. They're not gonna move in urgency if the check is still coming through.
I just don't understand him separating from Franklin when he did. But I was talking to a writer in one of the spaces an editor. He wasn't an editor of the show, and he was saying what they wanted to paint was Franklin didn't have the power that he thought he had anymore. People were just fed up with him. But I can understand it. Like even with him getting his money, I can see it to the fact of him getting his money and people just separating from them. Like my nigga, you can still have your money and not be whole. I'm not looking at it as he getting his money. Oh yeah, he in a like my nigga. You could have lost everything. You could still have your money, but you lost Leon. You lost Sissy, your mom. You lost your baby mama and your child. Like that's the other side of this. That's the other side of the coin too.
That happens to people too.
Like yeah, they ended up with this money, but they be like, shit, I lost my family, bro.
There's nothing. There's nobody to enjoy it with.
It's nobody to. I don't have nobody to enjoy this shit with, and I think that's one of. I don't think we really seen that in all of the shows that we grown up seeing. Because you do have to take that into a fact. Like when you make a show, when you do anything, what new am I bringing to the game? So that's what I'm looking at it from. I'm looking from a whole scope. If I'm making a TV show about drugs, because we have a lot of TV shows about drugs. Okay, how can I round this out? What part of it could I bring that nobody else saw? That could have been a storyline that somebody painted. That yeah, like I ended up with my money. It might not have been as much as I had, but it's like damn, like. But what did I? It's kind of like you could have did like with the Thanos. Thanos was able to get the 6 stones, but guess what? This nigga ended up burning off his arm before, Thor chopped the shit off. But it's like you could have painted it to where as if, he ended up getting his bread, but he lost everything else.
Could you say the same happened to Tony Soprano then? Because Tony kill like
Tony crashed out though.
Tony killed some main mans of his though. He still
killed,
alive at the end of the day.
He ended up dying because when he was supposed to go kill somebody that they told him to kill, he didn't end up doing it because he ended up killing the dude in the car.
Yeah.
Like, my nigga, you ain't had to kill a man in the car because you felt like you ain't had... I said it. No kids. Da, 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 da.
I'm talking about Tony Soprano, not Montana.
Well, we never saw it.
We don't know what happened to
We don't
Tony.
know what happened to Tony Soprano,
But
though.
I was saying he lost a lot of key people around him, though. He lost some key people.
Yeah, but guess who was sitting with him at the diner at the
He
end?
still had his family.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about with Franklin losing everything. His mom was already going to jail for life. You know, he felt how he felt with Leon up until when we saw him reconnect. His baby mama up and left. Like, that's a real thing, too. Let's not act like people don't get left when they got a lot of money, too. People will still leave you if you got money.
Yeah, but she was more comfortable leaving him because she had his money.
Yeah.
But also, it showed the light of her, too. You know what I mean? Of what she's not going to stand for. Of coming from
I can
from a family.
understand. That part of it is real.
Yeah.
100%. I don't have no beef with Veronique's story at all. I don't. Like, that's real. Like, your baby mama will steal money from you regardless if she had a motive or not. She could have had no motive and still took that money from
At the end
him.
of the day, the motive was she needed to make sure that her and that kid was straight.
But what
no
I'm
matter
saying
what.
is, let's say, for example, they was in good standings. She just took the money anyway. I wouldn't have had no problem with that.
Right.
Because a lot of baby mamas do shit like that. Y'all could be on a good pages, and then you look up, your money is gone. Matter of fact, real shit. When I seen that scene, I automatically thought about that story on Broke, the ESPN documentary. When Dog said he went to Jamaica with his girl and, you know, some of her family members, they all went to Jamaica. He paid for the whole shit. That nigga said when he came back, he checked his bank account. He said he might have had 1 point something in the account. He came back, he had 400 grand. He called a girl. He's like, yo, what? She was like, yeah, well, remember that time we had that argument and you said, you know, I'm going to leave, like you going to leave me? Well, I took some money to make sure that this girl took like over $600,000 out that account. Cause he was like, I know I ain't spent no 600 grand in no Jamaica. I know I ain't did that. That's real shit though. So I'm not, when I saw that scene, that's the first thing I thought of, like, okay, that's some real shit right there. So I'm always connecting the realism when you have shows like this.
And
that's all I'm saying.
And that's fine. Because that's real life shit. And that's why I think that because the show was all the way real up until the last 3 episodes.
The last 2 for me.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the curve. That's the curveball they wanted to throw at you because what they're going to spin. You see what I'm saying? It
that was a quick curve too.
It's a quick ass curve because the whole six episodes, 6 seasons.
The whole 6 season was great.
Shows you nothing but a build up of something.
There's no way Franklin don't get this.
There's no way
this gonna happen. To this
boom! Let me hit y'all with a curveball of this nigga lost everything. Everything went crashing and burning. And the only people that can honestly walk away that we would probably possibly want to see what comes of this would be Leon and his shorty, because let's see what happened when they went over to Africa.
Yeah.
Let's see, you know what I'm saying? Because he left and he went to Africa again and then came
Niggas
back
do crash
home.
and burn quick though.
The editor said they had a scene where Leon and Wanda was back in Africa, but they cut it due to time.
See what I'm saying?
And would have been kind of pointless to highlight that.
But they can revisit that shit in offset series.
Yeah, the spinoff.
You see what I'm saying? And so I get why they did what they did. I hate that for the consumers, such as ourselves, you know, have our gripes or feel some type of way of it. But I'm not gonna. I like a curveball of an ending because I don't.
I'm not really like. I ain't really like.
Oh, I'm fans of a curveball for an ending, but make that shit. Like, the transition got to be on point, my nigga. That's all I'm saying. The transition.
I'm not gravely disappointed at this show. I'm just like, it ain't the best, one of the very best shows.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, for me, that's one of the worst finales I've ever seen.
I'm not like none of the show meant, it didn't mean nothing. None of the, you know, like Game of Thrones. I'm not Game of Thrones mad at the show, but I'm like, it ain't a top 5 to me. It ain't, you know, it's like a bottom top 10.
But guess what, Mo? You say that, but your actions prove that, you don't really feel that way about that show no more.
What, Game of Thrones?
Yeah. If you saying that, if you willing to tell me that, Mike, don't waste your time. You can say it. It's not taking away. Yeah, you gonna say it don't take away from the show. Yeah, but I still rewatch a lot of shows. That means something to me. That means that show means something to me. Now, you do have some shows where you could just watch one time and you just watch it for that one time and it's so great, you just don't want to watch it no more because you appreciated it in that moment. But if you're willing to say, like, if you're willing to tell somebody, bro, don't watch this shit, that means something.
I feel like that because at the end of the day,
because Game of Thrones is 8 seasons, right?
Yeah, and it's mostly fictional. So they had dragons and shit. Like,
but y'all love that show.
Snow
Yeah,
zombies.
y'all love that show.
Yeah, I love the show. But at the end of the day, I can Franklin ending is more relatable to me than a fucking dragon melting the only thing that mattered in the show.
Yeah.
The throne is what mattered in the show.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me y'all let the throne come to that? You know what I'm saying? I can live with Franklin being an alcoholic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because that's related. That shit happens.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen no fucking dragon flying before in my fucking life.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like,
but y'all was highly disappointed in the way that show ended.
Y'all spoon for me nothing but greatness for seven
and that's
seasons.
my thing. Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's
like
my
there
thing.
was no drop offs in Game of Thrones seasons. None of them. Yeah. All them shit was fire. So we get to the very last seasons when y'all fucking up.
Yeah.
Did they fuck up the whole last season? Or
the whole last season was fucked up.
Okay.
The whole last season was fucked up.
But see, the crazy shit is we can walk out this door right now and I can show you like 2-3 niggas that are probably gonna ride or walk by.
Yeah, facts. They was the nigga.
They was up on top. You know what I'm saying? Pacino, Dino, Uncle. As soon as we walk out this door, he gonna be yelling, "What up, y'all?" You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as, and this is, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of relatable shit to the Franklin shit to see a nigga at top.
And that's what a lot of people were saying on the timeline. Yeah. I know a lot of them. But I always say context matters.
I would take it for what it is, bruv. Honestly,
that's
like
cool.
not to see the nigga shoot up a fucking needle. You know what I'm saying? They just see the nigga gone off the bottle. You know what I mean? And that's something that a nigga can come back from. You know what I mean?
You can shake that bottle.
You can shake the bottle than fucking that needle. You know what I mean? And Peaches, you saw he couldn't shake the shit. You know, look how Peaches had looked, bro.
I mean, his arm was fucked.
You know what I mean? That shit looked really disgusting.
It did.
But that's a nigga who's shooting up a lot. They ain't show Franklin in that light. They just showed the nigga as like a nigga.
That's at least $3 million worth of shooting up.
It's nuts. You know what crazy. I'm saying? And you know, I think it was good to see, like, taking again the bad for what it is and whatever they gave us to go with this fucking ending. To see the nigga no fucking needles on his arm, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, his teeth fuck up. Yeah, he got a red eye. And yeah, the nigga went to go get a bottle from the fucking store that he fucking used to work at in episode season 1. You know what I mean? That came full circle. You know what I'm saying? I can live with it. I get it, Mike. It's out your top 5 because I know you're very, very adamant about how great of a show it was.
But I get it though. I get how that shit.
In the writer's aspect, to throw the fucking whole world off of what we
that was
thought.
The only way they could have did that.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
And yes, everybody would think the nigga could have get shot. He could have get locked up. Those are the dynamics.
That's easy.
That's easy.
That's easy.
But to teach a nigga a lesson, and I would hope people would grab a lesson out of this shit.
What was the lesson here?
What do you mean?
What was the lesson for Franklin? Because people say like people, like I seen a tweet going around about, he's free, bro. Like, man, that nigga ended up alcoholic.
I'm gonna be real. Franklin had a lot of chances to get out this shit. Franklin
did.
had chances to get out this shit, bro. Franklin was up when. Matter of fact, if we want to be technical, Franklin was up when Louis wanted to have her on play. Franklin was up. If Franklin wants to just completely get up out of this shit, he could have been a Teddy, we need to get the affairs in order so I can get my bread. Like, you know what I'm saying? He could have been doing all this type of time. But at the end of the day, how they wrote the show, it didn't go like that.
No, and then on top of that too, at any point that he decides to leave, it probably still would have ended up with Teddy taking his money. It could have been 5. It could have been 10. Because what did Teddy say? I made promises. It wasn't like the $73 million was the cap. That's just what he had at the time when he walked away. So I don't think at any time that still doesn't happen to him. And people keep acting like he didn't want to leave. He did want to leave. I think his breaking point was when Louis finally went behind his back and wanted to get directly from Teddy. He had a conversation with Teddy at the restaurant. He's like, bro, I got a baby on the way. I got a beautiful girl. I'm good. I'm going to walk away. So people keep saying, he had opportunity to walk away. At any point in time in that show, he walks away. Teddy still fucks him.
But see, also Teddy learned from Franklin. Teddy saw what Franklin was having and saying to him to where Teddy ultimately wanted the same things before the shit was over. He went to the shorty with the confession of saying, like, I want to marry you. I want to have a life. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. He wasn't feeling that shit until Franklin came to the.
And a lot of each character had their own like moment of self-realization.
When enough is enough.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll say. That was kind of like the silver lining of the show for me though. Like they did allow you to see each character come to terms of themselves. Like
so it doesn't matter.
I don't really want to be in this shit forever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like forever don't come with this shit. So it's like
that's what I'm saying, Mike. It's a lot of shit to grab from the shit. It's a lot of angles that you can really grab at of so many points of when you see the switch of when people see like, okay, it's more than the money. It's more than selling the drugs. It's more than this shit. It's more of life shit. Like more of life. And like how niggas say more life. That's what niggas ultimately all they wanted to seek was more life. And that was my biggest takeaway from it. Even from Teddy to Louis to everybody, they wanted to continue on life. Niggas ain't ultimately wanted to die other than the nigga uncle. When he sat there and was like, yo, I'm about to go to bat when he pulled out the fucking Tech 9 out the trunk. You see what I'm saying? That was the only nigga who I really felt like had a death wish. Because he didn't
give a fuck no more, yeah.
He only saw his way of going out of as a OG because he didn't mentally grow throughout none of this shit. He saw that I need to get away, but his getaway was what? Death. See what I'm saying?
He came to terms with that too, though.
100%.
He was coming to terms with it.
When he pulled up in the 6th series at the shop,
he was out in the open. He didn't give a damn.
He was sitting outside the liquor store, same liquor store Franklin was at, sitting outside the liquor store, knowing that niggas got a hit out on the nigga. But he came to his realization.
He knew he was gonna die. He knew he was gonna die.
The only way that he's going to go out is an OG death.
That was on his terms.
That's on his terms. He knew that shit. So that's what I'm saying, Mike. It was a lot to unfold in this shit. And there's a lot of curveballs that they've been showing us, but they switched us. They hit a big switch on season 6 with the dynamic of everybody kind of like coming to peace, if that makes sense. Coming to terms to what life has presented for them.
That's a fact.
I got you.
That's a fact.
Yeah, salute to y'all, man. Expected a better ending, but I appreciate the season that y'all did give me.
Yeah, man.
Let's get to this NBA shit, man. So first off, we gotta talk about Draymond Green's antics, man.
You think they got Draymond Green rules? Draymond rules?
What you mean, Draymond rules?
They was asking him about that at the last presser, and he was like, as far as how he's officiated.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, for him specifically, because you have priors, my nigga.
Ooh.
So yeah, I'm gonna ref you different. Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't be against that. Yeah, we're gonna have rules for you because you have priors, my nigga, and you're constantly in line with.
He
this.
got a trend.
You have a trend. So yes, I would 100% ref Draymond Green differently from everybody else. I have no shame in saying that. I will, because he does certain things that other players would be accidental. With him, you could tell certain intent with Draymond. So yeah, I would have Draymond Green rules. I wouldn't be apologetic about it neither. I wouldn't. That's what come with it, my nigga. Like at the end of the day, like when if you're a repeater felon, you get higher fines. If you get ticketed for speeding, your next ticket will be higher. Your next ticket will be higher. Now you're going to jail.
Your insurance fucked up.
Now your insurance fucked up. Now you're going to jail. Like yes, Draymond.
Yeah, he fucked up his face card.
Yeah, he fucked up his face card. So yeah, I would have Draymond rules. I would.
DeMarcus Cousins went through the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you would.
DeMarcus wasn't as bad as Draymond.
Well, I mean,
he wasn't as bad, but he was. At one point, he was trending.
They were still watching him like a hawk.
Yeah, they was on his ass. They was on DeMarcus' ass. They was.
I will say this though, because
they wasn't giving him no calls either though, because he used to get hacked.
Nah, true.
So it went both ways with DeMarcus. I'll say that.
Because Hack and Shaq became a thing too, where they will only hit Shaq.
Yeah. But see, Shaq's was just regular fouls. We're talking about like egregious acts with Draymond Green.
If Shaq was stumping niggas,
that's different.
That's man.
But I mean to put it into aspect like you're saying, like Draymond rules, just kind of like a Donica Soup rules. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're looking for the dirtiness in a foul. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna be looking for it.
Yeah, because he clearly. A-Town stumped the
and he
nigga.
tried to play that shit up. I'm like, bro, like you stumped this man, bro.
Like you cock your leg
niggas
back
get their
and
ankles tied up, whether it's intentional or not, all the time.
Yeah.
But it's you stumped him. That's intentional. You could have broke that man ribs. You could have did anything to that man. Like that.
I say this. No, go ahead, Mo. Go
No,
ahead.
you good. No, you good. You good.
I'll
How
say
much that
this.
nigga weigh, y'all?
I will say probably about 240, 230, something like that.
40,
He ain't no light nigga.
So with this whole Draymond Sabonis shit, it's been interesting to see how media has been split down the middle with this. I'll say that. I will say though, I understand. Listen, there's been times you play pickup basketball and niggas accidentally get tied up. But if a nigga feels like, because Draymond said this second time I legged him and grabbed in this series, and this only game 2. So if a nigga grabs your leg, naturally, I'm not gonna say you're gonna stomp him. You're gonna do some type of act into terms like my nigga, like get
your
the
leg
fuck
loose.
off me, bro.
Yeah.
what
That's
I'm saying?
different from a stomp. That's you can't.
But at the same time, too, if a nigga feels like this is intentional, I can't be mad at the stomp. For him to play it off as if it wasn't like that is it's like, all right, Draymond, like you know what it is. I'm talking about for what that man feel like. So like when Draymond said, "This is my second time my leg been getting pulled," I'm not mad at him for it. He should have been more smart not to do it in that situation.
Yeah, you gotta understand.
We not on the pickup basketball court doing that.
Y'all trying to get the first
now,
round.
if I'm in that same situation, but we in the pickup game, that's different.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I can't say how I might react, but you can't get mad at that man for you. Like, bro, why are you grabbing my leg and we playing basketball intentionally?
Yeah.
If it's accidental and we tied up, we going for a rebound. I'm not going to fight nobody or kick nobody because we accidentally get tied up. That's different. It's a big difference between intentionally doing something and then accidental. Like, so people saying, "Oh, Sabonis trying to cover his face."
Nah,
I don't see it like that, my nigga.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I'm not
like
gonna defend
that.
him. He did grab his leg. My thing is,
You just feel like he should have controlled himself in the situation.
you can't match an intentional action with another intentional action because at the end of the day, you got suspended, not Demonis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
had priors.
got priors. He don't got no priors.
I would have much rather see him like trip up in the aspect of like he got hurt.
He
or
do
some
that,
shit.
and the thing is, Draymond he's
He
played
can
into
sell.
that.
He can sell.
He
that
can sell shit.
6'6", 230 by Wikipedia. You know what I mean? 230 on
you
the.
mean tell me he couldn't sell this man holding your ankle locking you?
Come on, bro.
You smart. Draymond smarter than that now. That's what I'm saying. Like
I definitely would have got a figure because I was gonna sell the fuck. The nigga ankle lock like Kurt ankle on me, dog. Like nah.
exactly.
Bro, like, yeah.
And if he sold it correctly, he definitely could have had
sure.
the Demonis like that.
For sure.
So that's what I'm saying. Like
What's warranting y'all? Well, we in a playoff setting, so y'all probably don't react. So
that's what I'm saying.
That context matters. So y'all not gonna react at all in that situation.
At the same time, Draymond human. I don't know how he even feeling. He probably, man, they not gonna give me no love anyway.
Yeah.
I might as well just go out how I'm gonna go out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
Like,
you're hurting your team at the end of the
you
day.
still better. Yeah, at the end of the day, you still hurting your squad.
And I can tell Kurt and the GM, I don't care what they saying publicly. They fed up with that. The GM more so, he's like, every time I talk to Draymond, I feel like he gonna change. He sound like he vet off baby boy, my nigga. Like, he's fed up.
Yeah.
C. Kurt said, we gonna stick by Draymond, but you're the coach. I expect you to say that.
Yeah.
But I know C. Kurt's fed up with his bullshit.
This is his last year there.
I
I don't know. They keep saying that.
Draymond kind of carried the piece with that. If you hear what he said with the
100%.
Taylor Rooks, he was like,
Mama nigga, I think he has some value to that franchise to where he's still there.
Mike, 100%. Draymond.
After the Jordan Poole shit,
all right,
that's where they turn his back. They turn their back to him to be like, okay, enough is enough because we're going to have to protect our asset of the light skinned brother.
End of the day, it's gonna come down to Draymond was a key piece in the foundation of where they at right now. Jordan Poole's the future. You know what I'm saying?
The niggas that are outspoken in the aspect like Draymond, who has a platform, who speaks very freely on his platform, but also he knows what it is. He knows what's coming. He knows he's not going to be with them next year because they've already switched on him. The building has switched on him.
He feel it.
He feels the energy of, you see what I'm saying? And that's the same shit that Aaron Rodgers was saying. Like,
I'm saying we not there with them when they go like.
you see what I'm saying?
Like,
the nigga said like, "Hey yo, like
shit feel different.
it feel
to them,
different
boy. It feel
when you
different.
walk into a building when you know you're what three-time All-Star." Three-time
titles.
champions.
Yeah,
Four
titles.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It should be a different energy when I walk in the fucking building.
But it's all due to him, though.
It is 100%. But it's
how you feel about the act, though?
The act, I feel like I think it's a way like to shake a nigga off your leg, to throw your hands up, to be like, hey, y'all, look at this nigga. You see, or like point down, like, y'all see this shit? It ain't me.
We see niggas
see what I'm saying?
all the time.
Because
like
this isn't Draymond's first rodeo. If this was something that was new, then yeah, okay, I can feel like the stump was like, oh, but he did like a real life pull his leg up, came down on him, and then popped up, jumping up, like looking crazy.
He's smart. He's way smarter than
way smarter.
So
than
we give this man credit all the time for his IQ, but.
Oh, Mo, trust me, I'm not giving him a pass for it.
No, I'm not saying.
No, he's
like,
waste. That's why I said when you first
media.
asked about the Draymond rules, yeah, you should have Draymond rules. You should. And I wouldn't be apologetic about it at all. Like, no, like, you're out of pocket. You had priors. Like, people talking about how Joel Embiid ain't going to get suspended, but Draymond is, Joel don't got priors, my nigga. Like, and that's not, like, when niggas, everybody takes that stepping over somebody as a sign of disrespect, bro. Yeah. Like, so, of course, you going to flail your leg. Like, my nigga, like, relax.
I feel the only person.
I'm not going to carry Joel Embiid and Draymond the same. I'm not doing that. Not in that situation.
I feel like the only person who didn't react to getting stepped over is Tyronn Lue.
Yeah,
everybody kind of reacts in a way to get stepped over, bro. I don't care how they try to play it off.
And you know, to say Joel,
it was the final suit. So
to say Joel didn't, like, you know, technically look like he kicked the nigga in the nuts, but you know, I'm gonna be a very, very blunt individual right here. There's never going to be a time that I'm conscious that somebody's going to step over me and look down at me.
And like, that's cool.
And that's okay.
Yeah. As a man.
100%. And this is being very honest. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, niggas love to do that shit on the TL, but like, let's be real. Like, y'all know y'all don't play that shit, bro.
You're going to get up and you're going to be ready to fight.
You're going to be ready to do something. Yes.
100%.
Nah, I'm shocked that James got thrown out for his shit versus Joel shit.
Yeah.
But I think that played down to the type of player.
If I was looking at those plays, I would have kicked out Joel before I kicked out Harden.
But see, they pick and choose. They
it's pick and choose.
I do feel like you got to be a little bit more lenient for certain players in the playoffs, though. I will say that. Like, a lot of people probably won't like that. But I would throw out Joel in a regular season game before I would a playoff game. I would.
I feel that. Because of the dynamic of it, you need.
You get what I'm saying? Exactly, bro. Like, it's different. Like, people love to say, "Oh no, if you're gonna do it," no. Like, I gotta kind of.
The game's not gonna be the game without Joel on the floor.
It's Joel Embiid, bro. On, like, I can't. If this was a regular season game, I'll probably throw out Joel. Playoff game, I can't do that.
Yeah.
No.
It throws out the
and
whole
I'm damn
dynamic.
sure ain't throwing out James for his shit. I'll probably give him a technical or a flagrant one, but for him to get a flagrant 2 for that, like, no.
See, Klay Thompson or Steph wouldn't get none of that. You know what I'm saying? I think it would just be like, okay, like a flagrant 1. You know
and they don't got priors.
They don't got no track history and no type of shit like that.
But Joel, he flops around. Mm-hmm. You know, like anybody who flops around, throwing arms around,
you're gonna look at it a little different.
Shit, you definitely gonna.
But Joel don't be on no Draymond shit though.
Nah, Draymond's
he's honestly, he by himself.
Yeah.
He in a class of his own.
By himself.
But that was selective.
Was he upset about the Draymond rule shit when they asked him that?
Nah, he just was more so. It don't matter how they officiate him. He's still gonna be who he is at the end.
All right,
then
so it's a lose-lose.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's what it is. Like he basically was like, "Fuck y'all." Like, I don't care how y'all officiate me. I'm still gonna play the game how I play the game.
Yeah, but at what point do you say to yourself, "My nigga, I'm hurting my team"? Why do you even have to give a speech to your team before Game 3 about you not being there because of your shit?
I'm gonna be real, but it was like that last playoffs for Draymond.
That's what I'm saying. He had something over that franchise.
Yeah, like
he's been suspended for an NBA Finals game, my nigga. Yeah. Like, come on, bro.
Let me ask y'all: do y'all think the podcast helps Draymond, or does it ultimately kind of like
it continues to create the narrative?
Okay.
I mean, all right, because
he's not helping this case at all.
Because he was doing the podcast back last for playoffs too.
And it was.
I'm talking about in terms of if he's trying to change the narrative. If he's trying to change the narrative, it's not helping.
The narrative of himself,
of his identity.
I feel like if y'all speaking it in that aspect, the podcast is purely for him to have his own medium to get his shit off.
Right.
Yeah. That's clearly how it's
cool,
it.
but
and that's
ain't
cool.
changing nobody's perspective.
He need to stand on that and not make it like he doing something for media as a whole. Because that's not what it is.
Right.
That's clearly for you to have your own medium to get your shit off, and that's cool.
Yeah,
that's just where we at in society. Like, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people are doing that.
A lot of people doing that.
Yeah.
Like, and to be fair, he got the right to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is what it is, but the whole like new media shit, I ain't never bought into that shit. I never bought into that.
See, I think, I before this man had a podcast, honestly, like I wasn't a fan of Draymond. You know what I mean? I've said this shit probably 2 years ago, 3 years ago on this show. I was like, he gets on my fucking nerves, this and this and that. But listening to this man speak and listening to like how he breaks down certain situations.
He's a smart nigga.
He's a very smart individual.
That's why we saying he know better.
But see, the media has created and I would say this, they created the hate in me to hate Draymond.
You think so?
For sure.
A lot of niggas wouldn't admit that.
It was nothing against his game. It was nothing. It was just the media created the dynamic of me that I should hate Draymond Green. He did nothing to me. He did nothing towards. I mean, other than be a good basketball player and be on a good team. That's the only thing the nigga did. And what's the gripes again? The nigga doesn't do anything but ball. You see what I'm saying? But the media creates this outlet to where it's like, fuck this nigga Draymond. And everybody should feel this way. You see what I'm saying? But on his show, it shows a different light of, this nigga smart as fuck. This nigga knows what he's talking about. And he also sees the fuck shit in this league like we've been seeing all our lives.
He's consistent on that.
But Draymond also has to understand that a lot of this shit has happened due to him and him
Oh,
only.
100%.
Like his mouth has got him in trouble. His actions on the court has got him in trouble. So that could be a part, not you, because you already said the media has played a part in how you look at him. But for other people, his actions have had people be like, see, this is why I don't fuck with this nigga Draymond. That's why I say Draymond Green is a smart nigga. That's why the fuck are you putting your team in this position?
Yeah. And again, I look at it because I know that it's a mutual partnership of we're ready to split. You see what I'm saying? I already know this shit. I can see it. Everybody's body language is saying this shit. It's just trying to get through this fucking season.
When they ask like when they be asking the team and like the coaching is about Draymond, it's like they hold him down. They hold him down to a certain degree when they hold him down, because it's like they defend him, but you can tell if you actually watch it, it's kind of like the body language be there. Like, we don't know, like y'all don't even know what we probably going on behind closed doors or what we actually talk about, but like, you can tell it's something else there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, only this off season we'll
see today though, because he's back today, so we'll see today.
Yeah. No. They home too, so I mean, he definitely gonna be interacting with the crowd.
Yeah, he's gonna be feeding off the energy. I mean, I'll never say Draymond could change from how he is personality wise. Don't let your personality turn into actions that could hurt your team, my nigga. True. That'd be my own thing with everybody. Dennis Rodman never really did that to the Bulls. He never did that. Like, he would do shit off court that would, all right, man, where this nigga at with practice. But in game, he's not doing nothing. Yeah, he's showing up.
Like, you can say whatever.
And I'm not saying Draymond don't show up, but in the playoff setting, my nigga, you done been suspended twice.
He's letting him down.
Stop it, bro.
Yeah, he's letting him down.
Yeah, and that aspect. And again, it's honestly like for them, it's either win a fucking championship again with Draymond, or they got to let him walk. It's clear that they pulls the way that they're going in that direction.
I mean, because
can't pay everybody.
And you gotta go younger.
Got to.
It's just that's just how the pieces fall sometimes.
And the media loves Jordan Poole.
Yeah,
they love the camera always is on the nigga. You know what I'm saying?
They essentially grooming him to be.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player.
Yeah, so
they want to move.
They want to show the fun side, or the jokey side, and look at him. He's smiling over there. That light skinned fella over there. Look at him. He don't
dress like a thug's person. He got a completely different type of swag. Like,
he's not talking shit to the crowd, giving them more the middle finger. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what you're gonna get with the camera on Draymond. Like, he's gonna be very adamant and passionate of talking to whatever or whoever. You know what I mean? But that's not the identity of what they're trying to go with. You know what I mean? They're the Splash Brothers over in Golden State. You know what I mean? It's not Splash Brothers and Draymond. It's Clay and Curry show over there.
It done evolved past that now.
Facts.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so
you got Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole.
Yeah. They've done. They're done. You can get another Draymond, they feel. You know what I mean? They got They got young guys that got some fight in them. You know what I'm saying? So,
So what y'all think about
Heat? Boy, we look good, boy.
Yeah, I had y'all losing at 5.
Boy, we look good, boy.
Yeah, I had y'all losing a 5 too, but y'all honestly might could win that series. Like,
Boy, we look good, boy.
I don't think Giannis coming back.
I don't think he coming back either.
Boy, I hope he stay home,
I
boy.
think that back is more. It's more to that back than
It is what it is, man.
Hey, man, shout
This
out
the
to Vector,
second time
man.
y'all physically beat him up, like because when in
2020.
in the bubble, y'all fuck his
He got hurt
ankle
in
up.
that series. Yeah.
And this is what I said. This is what I said. I said I felt like that we are back in the bubble as like literally.
But do you
niggas
honestly
counting
feel
us
like y'all would have really, from fan aside, if Giannis is playing, y'all win this series?
out? Mike, you know how I feel about Milwaukee,
Now I ask you that aside.
bruv. It doesn't matter who's on Milwaukee squad. We are dogs, bruv. We show up as dogs.
But Drew, the last time he played y'all in the playoffs, y'all got smoked.
That's okay because we had a great regular season. We didn't have a great regular season. The bets are against us. See what I'm saying? When you up against,
But that's why I
Milwaukee-
say I understand how you. I hate Milwaukee, but when I was on the podcast and they said, well, when Marcus was sitting right there, he's like, well, how you think y'all do against? I said, nigga, we get smoked by Milwaukee. I asked you from a realistic aspect.
And this
if Giannis was playing, you really feel like y'all would win this series?
100%.
Okay.
100%. And again, I'm gonna say this shit because this is my squad. This corner right here to my right. When your back is against this wall, all you can do is fucking fight
All you
forward,
can do is
nigga.
throw them hands. And
That's
move
it.
forward.
I feel
You see what I'm saying? We was in the play in. They already counted us out.
I ain't gonna lie. I told you I said I got whoever y'all played in the first round smoking y'all, and now we here. So it's like it is
So
what
y'all
it
would
is.
play who in the second round? Oh, the Cavs or
play the Cavs
Knicks?
or the Knicks.
I think the Knicks winning that.
It's
in
looking
6.
like y'all playing the Knicks, bro. Because
I don't think the Cavs beating them.
I don't think the Cavs beating them, boy.
But a lot of people pick the Cavs to win that series.
Yeah, the Cavs-
the Knicks are better than them
They
niggas.
punching the Cavs in the face.
I'm
So-
just say this shit. The way that we looked last night, like now, don't get me wrong. Holiday, he's a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But he was getting busy yesterday. You know what I'm
Early,
saying?
and then he cooled down. He cooled down.
Early. Chris Middleton, he was getting busy. You see what I'm saying? That's cool.
Yeah.
Giannis having that third factor into that shit is dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because Mike, that season that we had again, we were what #1 last season, going into the playoffs and shit like that. Yes, Milwaukee dog walked our ass, and Drew Holiday showed up as Drew Holiday that I did not expect. See what I'm saying? I was still expecting the nigga to be the bubble Drew Holiday, but we cooked the nigga. You see what I'm saying? But he showed up and he turned out to be a dog. So I'm here for it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, what I saw yesterday was fighting my niggas. You see what I'm saying? Fucking K-Love, bruv. Going crazy with the threes. You see what I'm saying? Duncan Robinson. Finally, I see where the 90 million. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Ain't
Nah,
the
you ain't
90.
see it. You don't
I
see
see.
that
I
game.
see where a mill go.
You see,
I see where a meal went. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? But you know, it was your birthday. You went crazy.
oh, it was his birthday?
Yeah, yes.
Oh, that makes sense. It makes sense.
I think he turned 29 or some shit like that. You know, Victor. I really hope.
Oh yeah,
it's,
Victor.
You know,
Honestly, Victor might be done.
bruv, it's a torn ACL. Like I not to.
He knew.
He knew, and I knew too. I felt it in my ACL.
I think
So,
Victor like
He kept sitting down and he didn't even bend it.
yeah.
And he was
But-
just like,
see, in the air, it popped. When he took off and when he landed with the leg kind of like it was standing.
Buckling.
You see what I'm saying? He knew then. Because the nigga was like, no.
nah.
I know it. When you sitting there still holding that leg, like, well,
And
if
it's
I
not, yeah.
If
In
I
one
let this
position.
shit go,
And that's the same leg he already hurt.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So, like,
he
you know
might
what
be
I'm
done.
Like, he didn't move it at all.
Yeah, I know.
So it could be. I'm hoping just a tweak, and he was just holding like, cause he's that. Once you feel the pop, bruv, it's so hard to just
That's
continue
that's
on.
that's,
in
that's
life.
instant mental.
And it
Like-
might not even be no pain.
Nah.
It's just like, I don't want to move this shit.
Like I've re-injured my ACL several times, but to say it tear it again, I possibly like whatever ligaments have been starting to build back up. I probably have torn it a few times skating and doing all this other shit. But I know that I'm down for a few days. I'm gonna have to put a brace on for a few days and shit like that. But this is, this nigga making millions, bro. They're not gonna fucking have this nigga going back to work. Like I'm gonna have to go back to work. You know what I mean? So it does look bad. And I'm just hoping that it's not as bad as it looks. 'Cause we definitely need this. And this is the best I've seen Victor play in a very long time, especially last night. Looked very good last night.
Well, speaking of work and niggas' knees, we gotta talk about Kawhi Leonard, man. I don't know, man.
He's not playing Game 4.
They
say ain't no timetable
there's
for
no
him to come back.
There's no timetable for him now.
Game 4 is
And,
yesterday.
You know, for this to be season 4 of coming to the Clippers, you know,
It's
with
over.
with the expectations that they had, and it's like, you know, I don't know, like what do we give this shit overall? What do we give this whole experiment overall? Because, you know, it's not only he not playing, Paul George ain't been playing like the last couple weeks of the season, so it's like, I mean, is this whole shit? Can you just label it injuries? Can you just label it, you know, a could have been type scenario with these two, or like I just don't.
I think this is worse than CP3 and Blake era.
Yeah, I definitely say that. I say that.
Even though they didn't reach a conference final, I mean,
What's
Kawhi wasn't there for the conference final, so
They was there for something more than that.
Because what do you really ultimately get out of the shit? Like, you know what I mean?
if I had to rate it, I give it a 1.5 out of 5.
They didn't get anything out of this.
Nothing.
And now y'all about to get put out in the first round. I mean, Russ played really good last game. Russ just not enough to beat Devin Booker and Kevin Durant.
I think he's more injured than what they're putting out.
I think
This can't be low. There's no way he's been low managing all this time and you still
and
hurt,
then you
my
hurt,
nigga.
like
He got something seriously else going on,
That
and I
knee-
think
that
Kawhi
knee-
Leonard is done.
I think that knee is just damaged beyond repair.
Because if I'm the Clippers, I gave up so much for this man. That's the risk that they took again. So this is the risk that they took. But I didn't see this being this off the heels of what he did in Toronto. I didn't see that. I thought with him having a load management plan, it would be beneficial for him and the Clippers to at least get at least one ring. Yeah. Because let's be real, they shouldn't have had lost that 3-1 in the bubble.
Nope.
That was the first year of this experiment. Year 2, that was 2021. He missed the conference finals because he was hurt. Okay. So 2021-2022 season, he doesn't play at all because he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
2022,
So you
2023.
done set out a whole season.
You done set out a whole season, this whole experiment. Now, 2022, 2023, everybody thinking, okay, this PG back good, you back good.
No
PG
excuse.
gets hurt last couple weeks of the season. You've been low managing all year. After game 2, everybody thinking Kawhi good. He been balling the first 2 games. We get out the blue, game 3, Kawhi Leonard out knee sprain.
I don't even know where the injury happened in game 2.
I don't know where the fuck the injury.
That
be the thing with Kawhi. It come out of nowhere.
Where did the injury happen?
Because remember when they was balling in 2021 playoffs, it was the same shit. Kawhi Leonard out, ACL, MCL. Now it's a tear. He has like what the fuck? He was just balling game 3.
Yeah. See, it's, you know, with Kawhi,
I'll move off him the best way I can.
I really hope Kawhi doesn't end up like Brandon Roy, in a sense, like, cause Brandon Roy had his tissue was like deteriorating or some shit like that.
It was regressive real quick.
Yeah, like to
I don't
where-
think he just was susceptible to like surgeries and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like he never healed back properly.
And that's just I'm fear for Lonzo.
That's a thing. That's a thing.
I'm fear for
That's a real
Lonzo
thing.
and I fear for Kawhi because it just honestly. But then, all right, so like yesterday there was like, Chris Paul played 37 minutes, Devin Booker played 38 minutes,
44.
or
Kevin
whatever.
playing 42.
And I'm like, as they should.
Yeah, this the playoffs.
Not even that, nigga. You're making millions.
Like playing 40 minutes in a game, that has become like people will be so scared when they see players log the minutes. But my nigga, a basketball game is 48 minutes.
Come on now. Now, Mike, think about just like a day of pickup on a Saturday morning. Niggas start their morning at 9 a.m.
You might not be lead to about 3-4.
Now, especially if you on a run.
If you want to run,
You see what I'm saying? Now, we're regular niggas. We ain't even getting paid to be out here. You see what I'm saying?
In the sun.
Come
in
on
the sun.
now.
We gotta buy our own Gatorade.
You see what I'm saying?
We taking breaks under the low pavilion
Come
shit.
on, bro.
Yeah.
So I done felt my body tingling because I'm so dehydrated. But I'm
Yeah.
still out here pushing, getting buckets. You see what I'm saying?
Because we
This-
love that shit.
Load management is some bullshit for these niggas, bro.
You think so?
Fuck yeah, they make too much money. They're making too.
I don't think it's that much preservation in the world. You either gonna get hurt or you get not. Like
100%.
The Clipper fan that I follow on Twitter, Don Dropper, he was like, "See, this is why I was against this whole load management shit. It does not prevent injuries in the playoffs.
They don't.
Anything can happen.
Fucking look at KD doing his goofy ass fucking intro and fucked himself up. You see what I'm saying? Like
Off a pull up jumper.
come on.
Here's I want to read this tweet. Kawhi, the most accomplished what if in NBA history. There's somebody under it say he's done a lot, but you feel like he hasn't done that much. He's like a lucky Grant Hill. That's real shit. Yeah. Like he has accomplished a lot. Shit. Like if Kawhi Leonard was to be healthy, I would have him. He's a top 10 player all time to me, based off his resume and his talent. But he hasn't done enough to be warranted top 10. He hasn't.
It's a lot of what ifs with him.
It's a lot of, even though he's a 2-time Finals MVP, won a championship, 2 different teams.
Lucky Grant Hill is a bar.
That's a fucking bar.
That's a bar. Cause
and Grant's my dog.
Yeah. Similar players.
Ankle, man, that ankle. He had like 9 ankle surgeries, bro. But Kawhi is the what if because not only that, this move to LA was big. And we never got to see you like on a 4 or 5 year stretch. Consistently, we haven't with Kawhi. He's had the Spurs shit, balling. Then the years after Duncan and Ginobili, balling. Then the one season he sat out with the Spurs. Then you go to Toronto, one and done championship. We'd never seen that. Then with LA, it's like
hit one of the biggest shots of your life.
Yeah.
Or who? Joel?
Yeah, Joel.
You know what I'm saying?
Send that man home.
Yeah.
But my nigga is like, yeah, we haven't seen enough from you.
That's the last thing we saw.
And it's crazy to say that based off his resume.
Yeah.
But the last 4 years has been very telling.
I think if I'm Steve Ballmer, I'm trying at least. I don't think they can. I'm trying to see what I could get for him.
For sure. And see, it's still the what
I blow it up, man.
It's the what if factor, but you got to understand this is the time. This is the time.
This is the 4th year.
Yeah, man.
You're going to go home in the first round.
And to try this damn Thunder remake of Westbrook and Paul George. Nah, I'll add Paul George in this equation too.
Yo, yeah. Blow the whole shit up.
Yeah.
I would even bring back Russ.
I would keep Russ. I would keep him. He's showing he's a dog. He's showing he could play defense.
If you do, I bring him in on a 1 year with an opt or something like that. But I think you blow that whole experiment up.
For sure.
You do it before you move in that arena. I tell you that.
You move those two pieces.
Yeah, I'm not bringing that to that new arena.
What incentive do I have to keep Kawhi Leonard at this point today, April 23rd, 2023?
There's no incentive. You didn't get anything. If you'd have told me,
I can't trust you to be healthy, my nigga. It's nothing personal.
Told me 2019 that if you told me 2023 that these niggas ain't even sniff up finals,
I would have been like, no, you.
I would have been like, you're wildin'. They ain't even sniff a finals.
No, they have not sniffed the finals.
I mean, you put that team on fucking 2K and put this shit on expert mode, nigga. You gonna have a long day.
You're getting trashed.
And how I know this ain't no load management shit because, like Mo said, every time Kawhi pop up with an injury, we don't know where the fuck the shit came from because he done been balling. He dropped 38 first game, 32 the next game. Like,
where did you fuck your knee up at? Where?
And so my whole thing is like, initially when I said I'm like a sprain, my nigga, you could be a decoy at least.
See, man, shit be getting.
So now this shit is deeper than what I think they telling.
Shit be fishy. This shit be fishy, Mike. Like
this Kawhi Leonard shit ain't adding up.
It ain't because are you trying to save his trade stock? Because he ain't really like you could write it off as an injury, but. Again, man, this is shit
this is the time to move him.
This is the time.
Yeah.
This is the time to move him.
I feel like he probably could have played a decoy, but they probably was like, no, we're not gonna put you on the court.
The 5-year plan of Kawhi didn't work.
Oh my God.
Nothing worked.
Just saying that and that's a long time in basketball.
Come on now.
4 years is a long time in basketball.
So you're gonna go into
not for a nigga in his early 30s, yes.
And I feel so bad for Ty Lue. I feel bad for Ty because Ty deserves so much better, and he's such a great coach. And I know he's fed up.
Stephen A. Smith, I rarely agree with the nigga, but the nigga actually was making some sense.
Right,
he was right.
I
mean, people just posted the quote about the superstar thing, but I mean, when my nigga, I said the same thing about Christian McCaffrey. I love Christian McCaffrey. Y'all know I love this man. 2019, I was on the podcast, best running back in the NFL. 2020, 2021, you missed 13 games back-to-back years.
That's a season. That's a season worth of games.
My nigga, it's time. And granted, 2022, he was having a good year before, we went downhill. We said, hey, you know what? We're not doing nothing with the season. Go ahead, trade him. That's why I'm at with Kawhi. And Kawhi might be the worst quote-unquote superstar all time. He might be. Who else can we say? Who else? I can't think of no other superstar that I would put in Kawhi Leonard's. Like, in terms of how his career has went, I can't think of nobody else because they ain't a superstar. Especially for what he's accomplished.
I ain't knocking Jimmy Butler, but to say that Jimmy Butler has probably done more in the playoffs than Kawhi Leonard this whole 4 years, and Kawhi is
That is true. He's been to a final. He's been to a
he's
conference
he's an
final.
undeniable superstar. Kawhi's an undeniable superstar, and people debate whether Jimmy a superstar. That's kind of crazy to me.
Averaging 30.
Averaging 30. So yeah.
So no brainer to me.
At least Jimmy Butler shows up in the playoffs. I'll give him that.
Every time.
I'm not big on. Y'all know I'm not really big on Jimmy Butler as far as a superstar. I think he's an all-star caliber player. But this Kawhi Leonard shit is just so sad. And I mean, I didn't have them niggas beating them without PG regardless. I had them losing in 5 without PG.
But they showing the fight, man. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
like,
Ty Lue gonna get the fight out his players.
but that's the thing. Like, you would think that would like ignite these niggas to.
Oh, y'all
fucking,
don't remember when Chris Broussard said years ago? It's well known that Kawhi don't play. He don't even play at 90%. He plays at like we said that before. Like Kawhi is gonna sit regardless. Like if it happens during the game and it's able to, he's not gonna. All right, coach, I'm not coming out in the second half. He's not gonna do that.
So,
but Kawhi Leonard is gonna. It's well known that he don't play past. He might play at 90, but anything below that, my nigga, he's sitting.
So let me ask y'all. So Kawhi doesn't feel like himself, or whatever his reasoning of not feeling the need to want to play, or load management, or whatever. What is the difference between Zion saying he doesn't feel like Zion?
I'm fed up with Zion too.
But he's not going to get the criticism that Kawhi's going to get.
Oh no, he's been getting it.
Who's that? Zion?
Yeah.
Oh no, what I'm saying is Kawhi's not going to get it like Zion.
Oh, because you got to think of Kawhi's personality too. But it's starting to creep up though. I think when you got like Stephen A. Smith saying what he's saying, like, you know, people are. I think I say this. From what I've seen on Twitter so far, people are starting to come like the jig is up, my nigga.
Okay.
Like, what's up? Like, people been doing
the
that.
reason why Kawhi didn't get it is because he had done what he done already. Before.
But 2019 is coming up on 4 years, my nigga.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be able to hold on to that shit that much longer.
Think about niggas 5-year plans, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
to blow that shit up and millions of dollars in play here. Come on,
They
now.
gave up so much for Kawhi and PG.
So much.
They did.
Not
so much Kawhi, more so PG to bring him there, but they still gave up a lot for
But
that duo to work.
But for
Yeah.
them to see themselves in the same predicament that they was in prior to fucking
it's
even
the same
acquiring
shit.
them boys, like damn, like you know what
They
I'm saying?
haven't even. Yeah, they reached the conference final, but Kawhi wasn't there.
You might recall Chris Kaman and fucking Lamar Odom back. You know what I'm saying?
They not
Like
walking
my
through
nigga,
that
like
door.
when you really look at this experiment, what did they do so much better than Blake and CP3 era?
Nothing.
Throw alleys.
At least with them, they were more entertaining.
Yeah, true.
But this Kawhi Leonard PG shit, and I get it, injuries happen, but at some point you gotta be like, enough is enough, my nigga. Like, what the fuck is going on? Because for it to be a sprain, I know some people who would have played with a knee sprain at least try to be a decoy, my nigga. This is a pivotal game 3 at that. At home. Against a team like this in the first round. And it's not like y'all the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have championship. Y'all have championship expectations.
Niggas ain't got the dog in them.
Man, Steve Ballmer fed up with Kawhi Leonard. I don't give a damn what he say publicly. If he do say anything publicly, he's fed up.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta think about how many nights he leaves.
You see how he be on the
That's what
sidelines?
I'm saying. He leaves. The next morning, he's not talking. He's fucking sending text messages and writing letters, bro. Because
He's trying to get something done. He's trying to get something done.
Yeah, man. But I think he's ready to win now. Like he's an eager owner that is ready. He's full
a good
of
owner.
energy.
He's a good owner.
You see what I'm saying? He's really adamant about bringing a championship to the Clippers, man.
You can see it in the moves he makes, the hires he makes, the acquisition he makes. He wants to win. So from an owner standpoint, I feel him, but I'm at the point now. Listen, y'all know how I give it up on this pod. The best way is to be available, my nigga.
Yeah.
And if you can't be available, my nigga, I gotta move off you.
The best thing the owners really can do is look at the fucking what they can do to win now and what they can do to better their team. And keeping Kawhi, keeping Paul George,
It doesn't benefit them.
It doesn't. And even for us, honestly, Victor, this is your second big injury, possibly, on our roster. Not to mention the big ass injury that we took when you fucking got injured at Indiana. You see what I'm saying? It was a gamble for us to even risk this factor, but now here we go.
But with Kawhi, it's way higher.
It's way higher than this because you put up so much. You're paying the niggas so much. So ultimately, out of a 5-year plan when you got to look back at your investment in your
What did I
5-year
get?
plan?
What did I get on
did
my
you really
ROI?
get? You see what I'm saying? But you got more fans buying jerseys. You got niggas pulling up thinking Kawhi is going to play. It's a lot of like, again, what ifs.
What is? Y'all gonna handle business today?
We should.
Yeah, y'all had me tight last game. I ain't gonna lie. And letting niggas score like 70-something points for the half. Y'all don't do shit like that.
Niggas gotta come.
You think if y'all lose today, y'all in trouble?
Nah, they not beating us at home for sure. But we do need to steal one of these games on the road though.
Yeah. Joel Embiid. Same thing. Like, these playoffs have been kind of lackluster due to these injuries. I can't even front. Ja Morant tried to go. They got smoked. But Joel Embiid, Doc Rivers talking about he may be 50% if the series was to start. It's like, come on, man. God damn, bro. Can we get some good matchups?
Hey, man, just because you losing don't mean that you got blaming on the injury. That's all I have to say. Nigga, y'all nigga got smoked. You lace some fucking shoe up.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying from a Stars aspect, you want to see the Stars play.
No, for sure. But brother, if you can't go, you can't go. You know what I mean? Let the other people who are creating and making shit work without you see how that shit play out. You see what I'm saying?
Next man up.
Come on
man
now.
up, yeah.
Like if you 50%, my nigga, sit your ass down. Like truly, if you're
50% is low.
That's very low. For somebody who's a leader on their team.
An
You see what I'm
MVP
saying?
candidate.
Come on, bro. So go ahead and give the reins to somebody else and let them have this
But
game.
this is Joel Embiid, though. Paul Reed ain't no fucking Joel Embiid.
No, that's true. No, I'm talking about Ja in that aspect. Like, you know.
Oh, yeah, John Morant.
Yeah,
Them boys got smoked.
Yeah. Oh, my
That
God,
ended that first quarter looking like a
was tough.
football score.
That shit I thought was fucking Special Olympics, bro. Jesus.
30, 35 to 7 or 9 or something like
Nah,
that.
that shit was ugly.
Shit was ugly as fuck. Them niggas getting smoked, though. I had them niggas winning in 6 prior to Ja's injury, though. But that's looking like it's going to end in 5. So that means we'll get who second round? Lakers and Kings or Warriors? I got the Warriors winning in 6 still, even down 2-1. I got them winning 4 straight.
Fox and Monk, man. That combo, that duo is stupid, bro.
I think as this series wanes on, though, the experience is going to balance out. The experience is going to outweigh what the Kings got going on. I think they can be great, though, long term.
Coach of the year.
Yeah, Mike Brown doing his thing.
Yeah.
I mean, but looking at these series so far, man, ain't nothing really been too surprising. Actually, a game is about to start right now, but I mean, yeah, the Nuggets. I had them beating the Wolves in 5. That's gonna be a sweep.
Sorry, I don't know what Anthony Thompson was talking about.
Who?
Anthony. What's this nigga name? Timberwolves.
Edwards.
Excuse me.
Oh, talking about. Oh yeah, we down.
Yeah, nigga.
That record is 0-147 all time down 0-3. Y'all about to be 0-148, nigga. Join the club. Stop it, nigga. I don't care if y'all do win today. That shit is cooked. They just not better than the Nuggets, bro.
They just not, bro.
It's their levels better. Levels. It's obvious on the floor.
Gobert has no answer for Joker.
Yeah, none.
At all.
0. I mean, Joker footwork be putting him in a blender.
He's hitting them with all kind of moves. Like
He can't get a block. He cannot get a block on this man.
Yeah, this shit is hilarious.
he don't got no answer for
Like
that white
Joker's
boy.
footwork is killing him.
It's a clear.
It's a
difference.
clinic. It's a clinic. It's a clinic. Like that shit is bad.
Yeah. That's about it for me for playoff.
Oh yeah, we about to come up on the draft on Thursday. I want to say, man, y'all wrong for how y'all doing CJ, man.
It's a smear campaign.
Some nasty shit with this S2 cognitive test. The same shit that Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield ace. I don't give a damn if he had 1% on that bitch. I don't care. I look at what he's done against the best defense in college football, and he tore them the fuck up, even though he lost. He tore them the fuck up. Same way Bryce Young did his thing. And you want to be real, if you want to be technical, Bryce Young had a worse game than CJ Stroud against Georgia. Some can say because receivers got hurt. Okay, cool. But, you know, CJ did his thing. I don't like how they smear campaigning this man. But honestly, I think the Panthers are going to pull something. I could be wrong. Something tells me they still going to go CJ, even though the tide has been shifting to Bryce Young. Something tells me they still may go CJ on Thursday night, but we'll see.
Yeah. Thursday's going to be a big day.
Especially for your team, because y'all hold y'all the wild card in the top 5, bro.
Now we're going to shake it.
Y'all shaking up the draft.
Yeah, facts.
Y'all going to determine how the rest of the draft going to go, to
honestly,
be real.
After y'all, it kind of shakes it up because niggas don't know what number 2 or 3 going to do.
I think that Texas shit is smoke screen, my nigga. There's no way they passing on the QB. I don't see it, Drew. There's no way they pass on. If they do that, they're not winning nothing for years.
Well, see, they're thinking. Not to say they're thinking, because I don't know what the fuck them niggas are thinking. But there's some good quarterbacks that can be drafted.
Yeah,
you know
Caleb
what
Williams,
I'm
Drake
saying?
May. I seen that,
Yeah.
but there's no guarantees though.
I feel that. But, with the Texans, they got a new
If you're the Texans, are you passing on C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young?
fuck no.
All right then.
Not in our division where Trevor Lawrence is clear that he's figured this shit the fuck out. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Who do you want?
Lamar.
I seen either y'all getting Will Levis or Anthony Richardson.
I just don't, man, bruv. See, this is my thing. Chris Ballard, if this was Ryan Gritson, which he was a really, really shit of a GM, but I will say the nigga was, if you was a has-been or had a name, we were going to go get you. Trent Richardson, Fletcher Cox, certain players like that was just, they had a great career or was somebody like fucking Trent Richardson was number 2 pick, number 3 pick in the draft. Of course, the motherfucker couldn't walk through an open door. He much rather walk through a wall. But shit, whatever. But Ryan Gritson was somebody who would go give somebody a chance to see if they still got it. Chris Ballard, he's on this whole drafting and bringing up homebred boys. This is Lamar Jackson we're talking about here, guys. This is a once in a lifetime talent since Michael Vick that we've seen. You see Jalen Hurts have great fucking had a great fucking season. I mean, granted, ultimately it didn't pan out how he wanted, but I mean, you're talking about our new head coaches coming from the Eagles. It's almost the same style quarterback. It makes fucking sense. Lamar Jackson, you know what you're going to get with this pick. But also, I look at this shit and it's like, okay, well, how the fuck we went to go get Phillip Rivers? We've gone and get Carson Wentz. We've gone to get Matt Ryan. We've gone to get all these has-beens, but then Aaron Rodgers is still out here. Again, you know what you're gonna get with this shit. So now, okay, you want to go get all these old quarterbacks, but now you got an Aaron Rodgers out here up for grabs.
I heard that shit ain't gonna get. They said the deadline for that shit is draft day. I think the Jets is kind of fed up with whatever the fuck Aaron got going on.
Hey man, it's a lot of way that this shit can really go for.
We'll see Thursday for sure though.
God,
I think
I
y'all definitely gonna determine how the rest of that draft gonna go though.
I can't wait, man.
I'm ready. I'm ready to hear one of them QBs get called for my team. So I'm glad Miles Sanders said what he said in the interview recently too. He's like, man, whoever coming in, bro, we ain't reloading. We just adding on.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about my team. Like we ain't a trash team, bro. Y'all already know.
What's the rest of y'all picks like? Y'all got a lot of picks in the draft?
We got 2nd round pick, 3rd round. We traded 1 to move up. That was what we got off the Christian McCaffrey trade. I think our last pick is in the 5th round. We don't got a 6th or 7th. So yeah, that's all I pretty much got about that. I just want to put that out there because they've been doing my nigga dirty. But I'll be happy with either Bryce or CJ. So yeah, man, I'm about to go home, catch the rest of these playoff games. I think we're gonna have an interesting 2nd round though for sure.
Yeah,
because 2nd round we'll get Suns and Nuggets, Lakers and probably Warriors, Celtics and Sixers. That's gonna be the one on the East for sure. Celtics and Sixers. Everybody waiting for that.
Yeah. We just gotta get through fucking Milwaukee, send these niggas home, man.
We'll see. If Giannis don't play tomorrow, woo, tough sledding for the Bucks. That's all I got to say.
Hey man, Chris, I'll see you insulting some King Street, my nigga. I'll see you in the club, my nigga. I'll see you this summer, bro.
I feel you, man. Yeah, man. So that's all I pretty much got, man. Y'all got anything else, man? Anything we miss before we get up out of here?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro.
Shout out to everybody doing their thing, man.
Yeah, big up.
Shout out to everybody staying above water, in these first 4 months of the year. If you had gone through some shit, I see the gas is creeping up like a motherfucker too. I went to the pump. Premium gas is $4 something now. Like, hold on now. We back at 2021. What the fuck going on? But I seen gas creeping up like a motherfucker. So yeah, them rides is gonna be looking like a little bit shorter coming up soon.
I'm trying to tell you, bro.
Y'all be good out here, man. Do what you need to do. Keep your head above water, man, and just keep pushing, man. Like,
please don't go back $5 a gallon for fucking premium, bro. Please don't.
I think the most I had to pump into my car so far is $60.
Is that 60?
60 so far.
Shh.
And I think ever since this, I think recently I had to pump like 45. So yeah, but
y'all just keep doing y'all thing, man. That's all I want to say.
Hey, man, invest in Costco and Sam's, man. Get the fucking even. What's
That's
the
a
shit?
fact.
What's the shit called up there in Canada? AJ's or some
BJ's.
shit? BJ's.
I never
Yeah.
been there.
Me neither. But yeah, y'all got a gas card there. Use that shit, nigga. Don't use that Walmart gas. So that Murphy's is not it. That shit watered down. If that makes sense.
Yeah, man. Y'all got anything else, or we good?
Nah, we
Nah,
good,
man.
man.
Big up
Shout
the
out to all
city, man.
supporters and listeners. Keep running our subscribers up. Keep running our listeners up. Tell people about it. Share. Do all that good shit. And always stand on your word too, man. That's what I want to leave with. You tell somebody you're gonna do something and do it. If you can't, communicate that with people, man. I think a lot of times people get caught up in want to act like they're gonna do shit and don't end up doing it. Like
Facts.
your word means a lot.
Word is bond.
Your word does hold weight, and it does play on a perception of people of you. So if you don't stand on your word, that can fuck you up out here.
That's a fact, man. For sure.
Man. And take time out for yourself, man.
That too.
Take time out for yourself. Take time out for your loved ones, the true loved ones.
Facts.
That's a fact, man. So like we say every week, man, if you hear something on here that gets you in your feelings, you feel some type of way, always remember,
We're just messengers.
we out.